Okay, we're back. I think. Hold on. Let me make sure that we're back. Okay, we should be back. We should be back now. It's part 2, Sonic Livestream number 23, part 2. Okay, we're here. We're back. I'm just hopefully we get the notification so you guys get notified too. Yeah. Let me quickly wait for a second so you guys can join. Yo, we are so back. Yes, we are, Joey. We are so back. Okay, we never left. We never left. But yeah, so welcome back, everybody. Let me see. Hold on, I need to add your recommendation, Joey. Yeah. Apparently the part went on. Let's hope is Bears and parents' house, bruh. Okay, look, we're here. We're so back. Okay. Let me see what where it was. No. I need to see thing. How do I see? Oh, I don't even know if I can see your. Okay, what was your recommendation, Joey? So I can add it this time, and so I can't see the comment thing for now. I don't think you can see the comment. Or can I? I think I can, but I don't know. So, oh, okay. So, I think okay. It was Machine Lady Act 1 and 2 mix from Sonic Rush. I can't see the full. I can't see the full message, but I can. Okay, never mind. Yes. Okay, I got you, Joe. I got it. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I got Joey's. There we go. Joey's video. All right. Hey, let's go, boy. Yeah, we never left. We back, baby. Did Freddy Fazbear attack? Fortunately not. No, I did not get attacked. So we are getting 2 streams today. Yes, it is. You can say that. Machine. Yeah, I got you, Joey. Thank you. I got you. Well, that was weird. I thought my internet was dead at first. Did the queue get erased? No, it's actually still there. So that's good. Yes, we are alive once again. I thought the stream was just lagging like normal. No, my power somehow went out. So yeah. And now it's back, so hopefully it doesn't go out again. Hopefully. So let's just get back into what we were doing. Hold on, let me pop it up on my phone once again, so I can see the chat. But that was definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. I thought I got a phone call, and the next thing I knew, you were repeating the word silly, and I was so confused. Yeah. It just, I don't know what happened. I don't know how it ended, but I froze. I definitely froze, and I went away. I just disappeared without any trace. I just disappeared. Could that be a hint that Freddy is coming? Hopefully not. No, I really hope so that that's not the case, KR, because I don't want to have a meeting with him. I don't want to meet him, man. All right, let's get back. Okay, let me put the screen back up. Let's get back into the video that we were watching. Around 18 more minutes of this, and then we'll get into another video. But let's keep going for now.
It's gonna be a lot easier said than done. We are saving flickies now.
That's so cute.
What the you? I'm done. I hate this.
Murdered
that rule.
You should.
I landed on the box. It caused the slipping animation, which made me let go of the flicky. That wasn't even my fault. Some of them involve avoiding invisible mines, which is just so random.
You know what? You're right. That killed you! You didn't have any rings, no.
Chat, what the f was that? And random is the name of the game in these. Some levels give you a new boost called the rocket boost, which is essentially just a faster boost that can now plow through enemies like in the past boost games. Another level has a random, I don't even know what this is. It's literally acting like Sonic is like a car driving on manual, so the longer you boost uninterrupted, the faster you go. Kind of like going up a gear. But I feel like this level design doesn't really go good with this mechanic. You're going to be forced to jump at times. And other levels just randomly have moon gravity and an excessive amount of Honda Civic vans. Like, what the hell is going on here? I never thought they would ever. What the f is this?
You guys ever play Cluster
Wait,
Truck?
I have
Yeah,
I have moon gravity?
Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Welcome back. Bro really said, and for my next trick, the disappearing act. Exactly, bro, exactly. The cyberspace levels convinced me that there's still potential from this gameplay style going forward. Honda Civic, the level. Bro, why is it? Yeah, they just gave up. They're like, you know what? Just put the same car for everything.
Guys, as this update continues, I've realized they're just f***ing with us. I appreciate what they're trying to do with some of these cyberspace levels, but ideas do come across as half-baked, and the use of random assets to add to the level does come off as a bit cheap. The best way I can describe it is that the random asset usage in these levels, with a bunch of boxes, rails, cars, and flat walls, gives this a fan-made feel versus an official one coming from Sonic Team. In fact, a lot of this kind of reminds me of the Halo Forge days when I used to play Halo 3 back on the 360, where I would play my friends' levels. Regardless, I am very happy to see that they're playing with different ideas this time around that can be fully fleshed out in future titles properly. I like them incorporating level design for the spin dash, and I hope to see more levels with more hills and curves to incentivize rolling, while also leaving room for coherent level design without just having to fly over everything with the spin dash. And that's all I can really say about the cyberspace stages. The ideas are cool and some of them can really be fun. But in the end, the whole objective is to collect Lookout Cocoa by completing any of the challenges in the levels. But I do want to say, if you don't like any of the new cyberspace levels, which is, by the way, totally understandable, you can simply skip them and still collect plenty of Lookout Cocoa, no problem in the open world. In fact, I think doing this is probably 10 times faster than getting them in the cyberspace stages. I mean that. They are everywhere in the open world. If you see these posts with the blue side loop trail, there is a good 75% chance it's a Lookout Cocoa. So you might as well side loop them every time you see one. Alrighty, now let's cover the towers.
You assholes! This is f***ing bullshit! Who the fuck? No! This is not real! Ah!
If you've been hearing that Update 3 for Sonic Frontiers is hard, everything beyond this point is what they were talking about. So, the objective once you collect enough Cocoa and activate the tower is to climb said tower to complete the time trial. But the process of getting to the trial on top of the tower is a trial in and of itself. More specifically, Towers 1 and 2. For some odd reason, the other towers after this are really not that difficult. Not exactly a cakewalk, but manageable. But let's go into specifically what I'm talking about here. Someone at Sonic Team must have really not liked the fact that fans said that the game was too easy. So what did they do? They said, "F*** you," and that's the best way I can describe this level design. This whole time I was playing it, it just felt like I was playing a Kaizo level that doesn't really test my skills, but tests my patience. It's not designed to help you, it's designed to trick you. It's not designed to make you laugh, it's designed to make you scream.
Oh,
And it's certainly not designed to keep you playing. It's designed to make you go outside. You know that game Getting Over It? It's literally just like that. But alright, allow me to explain. The higher you go up the tower, the more precarious your movements have to be. Platforms start getting smaller, platforms start getting more specific, platforms start tilting, making it easier for Sonic to slip and fall. And it also requires a lot of fast reflexes or you'll fall. And if you fall, there's no crane to bring you back up to where you were. If you fall, you fall. And you would need to do it all over again. Like I said, it's a test of patience. But you know what? I love it. Yeah, you heard me. I thought it was fun and really funny for some reason. Well, this was really hard. Don't get me wrong, it was. You guys seen my stream. And yes, I do think it is cheap. I do think that was kind of the point. Like, it's testing your skills, and it took all of my skills to get through it. I've seen a lot of people giving this part of the DLC a lot of flack, and I'm not saying it's not deserved, but allow me to give you some tips. If you're going to fall, don't just sit there and watch it happen. Hold the parry buttons and stop Sonic in the air. Reevaluate your position and try to fall back on the nearest path or homing attack to the nearest spring or zip line. And don't forget to air dash when necessary. I can't tell you how many times I saw people online complaining about a specific section that they failed. And almost all the times I've watched this, they could have easily saved themselves from having to do the whole tower over again, had they just fully utilized Sonic's moveset. But there's also a very important piece that a lot of people online seem to have forgot. Everything I'm mentioning in this review so far is assuming you're playing the game on hard mode. If this type of thing is too hard for you and you're genuinely not having a good time, you could easily switch the difficulty back to easy mode in the menu, where there will now be balloons you can homing attack to help you get up to the top of the tower. Is this level design I want to see in all my Sonic games? No, of course not. But for what it is, a test of skill and an obstacle course, it's not going to be for everyone. But I truly thought it was fun to try to beat, and I did. But now let's go over the actual time trials at the top of the towers. And this is where it is blatantly obvious they messed up during development and put these towers in the wrong order, because like I said with the obstacles, to get there, the first and second tower for some reason is the hardest out of all 5. Everything after gets so much easier and it's so odd. The first challenge is fighting super fast enemies with Sonic at level 1 stats. Nothing too crazy, your biggest enemy here is the clock, so make sure you're utilizing all of Sonic's combat skills. The second challenge, arguably, is the hardest in the DLC. This one took forever for me to get it right. This one requires a very specific technique to pass, or you will run out of time. If you look at my footage here, you will see that this is how you're intended to actually beat it. And I won't lie, this one did feel cheap, and the solution felt way too specific. It took me a while to beat this, and I had 1,200 people in my chat yelling at me the solution. So I can see a lot of people getting stuck here at this challenge. Challenge 3 is literally a joke, and challenge 4 requires a good amount of skill to, fight the enemy, but again, you have all the time in the world to figure it out, so it's really not that difficult. If I was in charge, the order of these towers should have been 4, 3, 1, then 2. That would have made the difficulty get progressively harder. Again, I really do think they messed up during development here. I do want to compliment them on one thing though. If you all notice something, these aren't just random challenges. They are training you to keep doing one specific move, the parry. And the enemies being at triple the speed, even if you have the ability to hold the parry as long as you want, you still have to kind of time it in between attacks. This is clearly by design, and you're going to need this skill because when you get to Tower 5,
the Pokemon trading card game, Scarlet and Violet Paradox Rift, available now.
You're gonna meet the Master King Coco, the one who can convert your corrupted cyber energy into power. But for him to give you this move, you must first complete his trial, which consists of...
I didn't even see it. I didn't see it. Oh, God. Harry, the tailed one is gonna be the enemy. I f***ed up. Why did I do that? It f***ing hurts my soul every f***ing time. I know it's over! I'm trying to practice! Give me a missile. Give me a missile. You. I'm choking. This is it. I'm eating my mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, this game taught me to be careful for what I wish for. If you recall in my review in Frontiers, I didn't like that you can hold the parry indefinitely. It made fights too easy, and it made Titan fights like the one against the Wyvern unexciting. Well, Sonic Team kind of listened and decided to give us something called the perfect parry. Just like in any Dark Souls game, you can no longer just hold the parry, you need to properly time it, which is great. But this parry isn't even a second long. Hell, it isn't even half a second long. On hard mode, this thing is damn near frame perfect. And if that wasn't already challenging enough, you must beat Giganto, Wyvern, and Knight all with just 400 rings that don't replenish with a level 1 Sonic using only the perfect parry. Against Giganto? Fine. Against Knight? A little challenging, but I could do it. Against Wyvern? F*** you, this fight was the hardest thing I ever had to do in any Sonic game. I'm not kidding. It is right up there with Lancelot Returns from Black Knight. Unlike the other Titans, you can't just attack Wyvern. You have to parry him before you can attack. If you mess up, you have to wait another cycle to get another chance. But with your rings constantly counting down slowly, it's a race against the clock. Hard mode in this challenge was insane. I can't even imagine what this is like in extreme mode. I don't think I'm ever even gonna try it. Don't get me wrong, I like the idea of having to time the parry in combat. It keeps the player engaged and it feels satisfying to pull off. Playing this on normal mode is a bit more relaxing of an experience, but I think it is a little bit too easy. If we had something in the middle between hard mode and normal mode, I think it would be perfect. But I do wish for future games, the enemies and bosses do have better telegraphing when they're about to attack, because attacks like the tail attack from Wyvern can be damn near impossible to predict. After taking a few years off of your lifespan, you finally complete the challenge. Master King warned you not to go all out with your new power, because if you do, it can leave you defenseless. With Sonic having learned the new power from the Master King and learning how to perform the perfect parry, you can now fight the new final boss in Sonic Frontiers' Final Horizons update. Once you fight and beat Supreme just like before, the end appears in the sky directly over Supreme, which by the way is a super awesome visual. It directly links itself to Supreme this time to use it as an avatar. And just like that, you have a brand new fight on your hands. And when the fight starts, you'll immediately notice you can't parry any of the attacks being thrown at you. This is when Sonic transforms into his new super form, Super Sonic 2. Which by the way, looks very similar to Super Sonic, with the only real difference being his eye color. I won't lie, I wouldn't have minded a bit more of a color variation here, so the form is a bit more obvious. Regardless, Sonic is now able to perform the perfect parry, which can deflect any attack being thrown at him, unlike before. And now the fight truly begins properly. This fight is a lot different from the Supreme fight, and you could tell the team really wanted to up the difficulty here. As you start to attack Supreme, you'll notice that there's these projectiles being shot at you. You're going to want to have to parry these as they come your way every single time they come your way, or they're going to hit you and knock you back. As you continue to fight though, you'll also notice the health bar is regenning very slowly. This is your hint to take out the wire connecting Supreme to the end. I'm going to pause right here because I think this is probably the fight's biggest flaw. Nothing really tells you that you can attack the wire because Sonic auto-locks his head first. To attack the wire, you need to tap one of the shoulder buttons to automatically maneuver around his head to the wire. This move is almost never utilized in Sonic Frontiers. The only time I ever remember doing this is going against Knight to avoid his shield, and the only way I found out about it during that fight was by accident when I was mashing buttons. Point is, while I do think this move is cool, I think it is way too situational for a player to figure this out on their own. I know we like to harp on Sonic's friends for, never shutting up during a final boss fight, but I genuinely think this is probably the one time I wouldn't have minded someone like, say, Sage telling Sonic to dash around the head to attack the wire first, or something, I don't know. The only reason I figured this out was because I accidentally pulled it off the first time and I didn't know how I did that. Again, not a big deal, but an indicator would have been nice. I did hear that Master King himself will give you hints on how to defeat the boss if you go back to him, but I do feel like that's really random. I would have liked the hint to be in the fight itself. Once you attack the wire and attack Supreme enough, you'll see him fall to the ground. Once this happens, you need to quick salute the gun on his back. Again, there really is no indicator to do this. I just kind of had to figure it out via trial and error. Once you salute the gun again, a surprising turn of events happens. Eggman takes control of the gun. The end tries to attack Eggman, but he's thankfully protected by Sage and Sonic's friends who can fly now? Okay. I mean, it looks cool, so I'll allow it. This is where the fight takes a turn. You need to take out the wire and attack the Titan again before he wipes out your friends. Can I just say how awesome the visuals are for this boss fight, by the way? Even though Super Sonic 2's visuals aren't that different from Super Sonic, his demeanor very much is. The best way I can describe it is that he's literally Vegeta now. But you know what? I'm here for it. You can tell the team was really having fun with some of these poses, and I really like them. I would like to see more stuff like this. After dealing enough damage, Sonic and Eggman work together to take out the end. Sonic enters the gun, but before going all Sonic X and Cosmoing the end to death, Sonic ends up going all out, releasing his new power contrary to what the Master King says. Here we get probably one of the best visuals ever for Sonic, where Sonic lets loose his cyber power. While this is happening, and with careful aiming by Eggman, he fires Cyber Supersonic at both Supreme and the End, where we only get a brief moment to appreciate Cybersonic's cool new design. Which, by the way, I really like it. Those Fleetway Supersonic eyes and the sharp teeth look really cool. All before Sonic absolutely obliterates Supreme and goes right through the End. It explodes in glorious fashion. Now that was a final boss fight. This fight absolutely blows the old one out of the water. While there were some parts that could have been better explained, I think this one was hard enough and had some amazing spectacle to really make it something that will be remembered for a long time. In fact, this is probably one of my favorite 3D boss fights in Sonic history. I really liked it. And that is everything from the Final Horizons update. My overall thoughts about it is, it's good. It's a positive. I know a lot could have been better, and I know this whole update is plagued with jank. That is true. Is everything in here exactly what I want in my Sonic games? No. You can tell a lot of what's in here was rushed. Hell, it's even obvious in some of the character interactions where Tails literally refers to Sonic while he's talking to Sonic.
It seems the tower only reacts to Sonic.
Huh. So I'm the only one who can activate them.
What?
The player movements being bugged is pretty bad, and the level design being a lot of random assets merged together to create some form of a new path is a bit jarring and not really polished, all made worse by the pop and just being absolutely abysmal. But I could still appreciate them for going as far as they did, and throughout all the jank, I still found enjoyment, and that's what's important to me. If this was a paid DLC, trust me, I would be tearing a lot of what's in here a new one. But I really appreciate them for doing this. I know some people online really didn't like this update and tried saying this DLC somehow ruined the game. First off, no, that is absolutely bullshit. This update is 100% optional. If you don't want to play it, you don't have to go through the giant ring in the beginning. And if you do want to play it but you feel like the difficulty is too high, you can lower the difficulty. I'll say it one last time. This DLC clearly wasn't planned, and in the end, for a free update for a game that came out a year ago, this is unheard of for a Sonic game. Jank or not, being able to play as Sonic's friends again was a treat. Think back to how this game started a year ago. Look at how much has changed since then. And they added new characters on top of that? That's commendable. And I hope the feedback from this update can be used so when these guys get added to future games, they can be brought back in a way better than they were here. In fact, that's where I'm going to leave off this video. Everything I played in this update, of course, can be done way better. And I hope the feedback they get from this DLC will be used to make the next game the best it could be. And I hope that feedback that they hear is that we like what they're doing, we like Sonic's friends being in the game, and we like there to be challenge. But obviously there needs to be polish along the way. But for what it is, a free optional update in this game, thank you, Sonic Team. And thank you to everyone who stuck by me for this game. This channel grew so much leading up to this game, and having this community means the world to me. Being able to experience stuff like this with all of you and talk about the future of Sonic because of this title is everything to me. This game added so much lore, so much content, and so much things to look forward to that I'm just happy I get to talk about that type of stuff again. And it's all thanks to Sonic Frontiers. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys all for Sonic Superstars. See you later, procrastinators.
Right. The final update. I think we could pretty much all agree that the update was definitely good for the game and also really enjoyable in general. Even though I know I haven't played it, guys. I know that, but I could tell by everybody just commenting on other videos and stuff like that. You guys really enjoyed the update, which is good. That's what you want to see. But obviously, I think you can always improve on anything, even if it's like almost like perfect. You can always still improve something at the end of the day. Yeah, I really like the video. Sam makes some nice goddamn bangers, bro. I like his reviews that we check out and stuff like that too. Let's see what you guys have to say. The new cyberspace levels almost feels like adventure, but why are they so many assets, right? I think that's assets. Assets? I don't know what it is, bro. Someone had a bit too much fun in creative mode. The new cyberspace songs for Update 3 are some of the best dubstep, drum, and bass I've ever heard. And I'm a big electronic music listener. These towers are evil, but some of the best platforming in the game with no 2D. The new towers are literally Sonic only up. I love how hard they are. They really are trials. I respect the trolling from the Sonic team. Oh my god, comparing to this cyberspace, Crisis City is just nothing. Allow me to give you some tips. Don't fall. So yeah, just stick to easy mode. Lol. What's up, real? Hello, Omega. Welcome to the live stream. Is the stream video being laggy on my end only? I have no idea, cheese. Hopefully not. We are back. I see. Yes, we are back, Alex. Welcome back. I mean, Tails can fly and Knuckles can glide. That cutscene gives me goosebumps every time. Skill issue to these people, to be honest. They made the regular puzzles reasonably challenging this time too. People who complained about this update calling it bad, it's literally optional. It is, and it's free as well. So why the hell are you complaining, bro? It's a free DLC. Like, I don't know. Like, cool, I guess. You just want to hate or something. I don't know. Go right ahead. But yeah, let's check out the next video. Can I beat Mario and Sonic game at the same time? From Scooch, which is a Kirby recommendation. Kirby, are you here? I think Kirby's here, right? Kirby, I think you're here, Kirby. I think you're here. If it's free, it's for me. Well, you're not wrong, Joey. You're not wrong. Yeah, I'm here. Okay, nice, Kirby. Thank you. Free DLC, sign me up. Exactly, bro. Why are you complaining about a free DLC? Like, it just blows my mind. But that too, 3 updates. It wasn't just one update. 3 separate updates. I don't know, bro. I don't know how you hate on that. I don't get it. But yeah, they're trying. They're at least trying, and they're trying to make you guys happy. You know, obviously they can't be perfect because nothing is perfect. But they try, and that's good. I am happy to see that they are actually trying. Okay, let's watch. Can I beat Mario and Sonic game at the same time? I think this is the first time watching Scooch, I believe. I don't because I don't remember him. So let's just see what this video has to offer.
Super Mario Wonder and Sonic Superstars were quite possibly the 2 most important video game announcements in the last decade. And I know that that's probably just my bias talking, but who cares? A 2D Mario game was finally gonna try something new. Okay, that's not what I meant. 2D Mario was gonna try something different for the first time since the invention of the printing press. And we were gonna get an official 2D-ish Sonic game that returned to the formula that made the Hedgehog into a goat in the first place. I've seen weirder fan art, so instead of playing these titles and experiencing them in their own right, I decided to do something a lot more, stupid. I decided to try and beat both of these games at the same time. By having the game automatically switch between Mario and Sonic every few minutes at complete random. I also didn't look at any reviews, piece of content, or videos on either game so that I can go in completely blind. The goal is simple. I'm gonna play this weird combo until I hopefully beat both games. And the entire way through, I'm gonna formulate my own opinions on how I feel about each of them. And then at the end, I'm gonna give a review score for each game and a duo review score for both of them together. Is this experience gonna be the greatest combination in gaming history? Will both of these games blow my mind in ways that I could only dream of? Or are they just gonna be kinda bad? I don't know either. Let's go find out. Whoa, 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 hold on there, player. Did you really think we were gonna move on without telling you about today's sponsor?
No.
Anytime
No.
you need
No.
use
No. Wait, okay, I think I went too far.
fun too.
No, wait. I think I went too far.
This game drops. So be sure to check the link in my description and sign up for the beta so that I can see you on the mean streets. Or in the arcade, because that looked fun too. Alright, I guess we're starting with Sonic Superstars. Our journey starts off in Sonic Superstars because the random god said so. I immediately see that Superstars was developed by Arzest. They're the team who made Yoshi's New Island, which is a kind of decent remake, Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey, which is another decent remake, and they also made, oh my god, oh no. But I'm not gonna judge, okay? Because if I went to your house right now and opened your bin, you know what I would see? Garbage. We all make it, okay? Move on. The game starts off with an animated cutscene, and though it's not my favorite of all the Sonic animations, it's still top-notch. It oozes care and really gets me excited about what's to come. If Rouge the Bat's here, maybe me, am I right? Hey, no, okay, let's not leave that in. We start the first act on Bridge Island, and it actually looks pretty good. Sonic controls like Sonic. He has a drop dash, which is a very welcome addition, but just as I'm about to sink my teeth into the game, this happens. Okay, I guess we're playing Mario Wonder now. We start Super Mario Wonder and choose Mario because his name is on the cover, duh. And then the game immediately throws you into the mix to get a feel for the controls. And it obviously feels like a Mario game. Also, the art style is completely insane. I don't know what to call it, but it feels like a weird hybrid between claymation and 3D. That weird Wallace and Gromit style if it got thrown through Blender, if that makes sense. We get into this intro cutscene that's just full of personality. Mario and Luigi are discussing something, Toad and Peach are deep in conversation, and Blue Toad, he's just happy to be there. You go, Blue Toad. We're introduced to the main gimmick of the game, which is this, the Wonder Flower, which basically makes a bunch of zany and weird things happen the second that you touch it. Bowser steals it and then becomes the dictionary definition of nightmare fuel. Speaking of fuel, my boy is blowing out enough smog to tear a hole in the ozone layer. Bro's gonna melt the polar ice caps himself. So much for the penguin enemies in Ice World, I guess. And he has piranha plants that he can control as well. Yeah, that's a wrap. If I saw this, I would probably just move continents. But that's because I'm built different. I care about living, I guess. We see the overworld, and this just makes me happy. I really love overworlds because they tie the stages together and make the player feel like they're part of something grand versus experiencing short bursts of creativity. Stage 1, we get the BBE fruit, and a feel for what this game has to offer. There's 3 big bonus coins to find on most levels and also a Wonder Flower, which basically makes something completely random and zany happen in the form of a challenge. If I could explain this flower, it kind of feels like what a child would see the first time they play a video game, creating something so unexplainably weird that you can't help but smile excited for what's coming next. For example, on this one, the pipes come to life and then slither across the screen, which would probably make me crap myself in real life. But thankfully, they're pipes. I don't pay you to go. No! God damn it! We drop back into Sonic and finally get to experience him in his full glory. We head towards the right, and honestly, this game feels pretty good so far. It's a little bit slower than other Sonic games, but it doesn't always have to be running at Mach 5, okay? What's the rush? We see a giant golden ring, which could only mean one thing. Bonus game time, baby. And in this one, I basically just mash the X button a few times and get a Chaos Emerald for it, I guess? I don't get it. I don't get it. Did I do anything there? In this game, each of the Chaos Emeralds give you a superpower that you could use when you want to. This one let me summon a bunch of clones that ran across the screen and wiped everything, and I personally found it pretty cool that the Sonic team was trying to explore new mechanics while also keeping the classic feel of the old games, even if this one was just a Kage Bunshi no Jutsu. We continue Bridge Island, and this zone isn't really anything to write home about. It felt like a middle of the pack Sonic level. Like, I understand that in the first stage, you're not supposed to get too complicated with mechanics or little Timmy's gonna break his controller in half. But aesthetically speaking, it's not my favorite or least favorite. It's just good, I guess. We play another bonus game, which is an instant classic from the original Sonic game. Only this time it had more mechanics. And maybe it's my nostalgia barking, but I found it to be kind of fun. There's multiple sections you have to go through, and you could see them all in the background, which I thought was a pretty nice... Okay, we're playing Mario again. If we could take a second to appreciate this effort really quick. I love how in this section where the pipes in the foreground come to life, the pipes in the background all start dancing as well. It just really makes you feel like the Wonder Flower is laced with something. And when you get the Wonder Seed, everything just returns back to normal like nothing happened, which would personally give me PTSD. BBE Mario is kinda weird, but it somehow works. The next stage, the piranha plants actually walk, which is really cute. We get to the next Wonder Flower and just look at what happens in stage 2. What? Yeah, the piranha plants all break into song, and then they have an entire choreographed routine with dancers in the foreground, dancers in the background, and pipes that move to the music. This is the kind of quality that you're supposed to expect when you finish a game. This is some last level thank you so much for to playing my game material, and they just throw it at you on stage 2. I don't even have a joke here. I'm genuinely just impressed. We continue on to... and it's time to play Sonic. We do another metal minigame, and it's as fun as it was in the 90s. Then, at the end of the act, we get chased by a giant fish, which tends to always happen to Sonic for some reason. It's definitely not a Sonic Adventure 1 moment, or even a Sonic Generations moment by any means, but it's fine. It gets a passing grade. Act 2 was a lot better than Act 1. I mean, sure, the game was a lot slower than I expected, but this section right here really made me feel like I was stringing things together. It's not meant to be difficult speedrun mechanics, it just has a flow to it, and I think this level does it nicely. We do another metal minigame and collect more medals because why not? And then we get to our first boss fight of the run. And spoiler alert, it is very, very, very bad. Like, I'm okay with Sonic being slower overall. He doesn't have to be running 2,000 miles per hour or I'll poop my pants and cry. But this boss was slow in the worst way, by making you wait between your attacks for awkwardly long scene transitions to land your next hit, making it feel like a loading screen more than anything else. The next zone, Speed Jungle, is definitely a lot more put together. The aesthetic feels like there was some real thought put behind it, and Tarzan grinding has been cool since Kingdom Hearts 1. I still don't know how he doesn't get rug burn on his toesies, but if he does, it's worth it for the style points. I wonder if I'm ever going to hit a point where it's like, I'd rather be playing the other game. I wonder how long it's going to take for that to happen. Okay. We play Mario for a bit longer and chase some skedaddlers, which are a new type of enemy that genuinely make you feel bad for attacking it. Like, bro is probably just trying to feed his family and rightfully defending himself, but I'm Mario, and my sense of morality is severely skewed by whatever's in those flowers. I think I may have to jump on your head, my guy. Oh, that's sick! Alright, since you helped me get the coin, a quick death. We get another Wonder Flower, which makes it rain, and it reminds me of my subscribers. Because it's all stars, baby. Castle Bowser talks his crap from a mile away because he's afraid of what's gonna happen when I get my fucking hands on him. Then Bowser Jr. stands in front of a castle and taunts us? Look, I don't know how old you are, but your dad, he turned into a castle. You should be looking for a doctor, he might not make it. Now, I'm gonna take a second to explain this gameplay loop because I actually find it really fun. You need a certain amount of Wonder Seeds in order to progress, and you can get them from any stage, including the bonus stages, which really opens it up to the player to choose the content that they want to experience. It gives you some freedom in playing what you want to, but the levels are so fun you're probably gonna play them all anyway. We get sent back into Sonic, which at this point is starting to feel a lot more linear by comparison, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. If I could explain it, Mario tried to improve upon the old formula by adding entirely new systems, and that's a big gamble. Whereas Sonic just decided to use the old formula. I mean, if Grandma's recipe is delicious, you're probably not gonna mess with Grandma's recipe, right? Like, I think the metal minigame is fun because it reminds me of the 90s and I enjoyed it back then. But is it fun? I guess my issue is that you play this minigame a lot in Superstars, like a ton. And I loved it in the original Sonic, but that was 32 years ago. That makes it sound like I played the original Sonic on release. I wasn't alive. Okay, I'm not that old. I do another metal minigame, and at this point, I still don't even know what the medals are for, so I keep doing the minigame. And it just kinda ruins the pacing because this minigame is so much slower than everything else. We get transported back into Mario and receive our first badge. A badge is basically a buff that changes how you play the game. This one, for example, gives you a mid-air float, which may not seem like a lot, but in a platformer, a mid-air float is very useful. Also, what is that hat made out of? Because boy, thick as hell. We press on in the map and choose a stage called Bull Rush coming through. which I guess we'll find out about later. We get to another boss fight, and I try to use my superpowers to do damage. And I think I learned something on accident. The reasons why the bosses are so slow to react, full of scene transitions and sections where they're unhittable, is probably because if they weren't, your powers would just one-shot them. Like, I use my clone power here to hopefully get a few hits in, and it managed to get 2 solid blows and move us into the next section. Then I just had to land on the boss once, and it was over. I don't know if this explanation is right or true, but it's my headcanon, so I'm gonna pretend it is. The next stage, we get chased by Fang along some vines. We find a golden ring and then get another shot at a Chaos Emerald minigame, which again is not great. We unlock our next power, which is probably the most important power in the entire game, and it's just a fireball that allows you to fly in any direction you want for a couple of seconds, and it actually just breaks the game. I mean, it's fun, but it's just so overpowered. Like, it's not an enhancement. If you want to get to a higher section in the stage, now you could just fly there. And these recharge every single checkpoint, so you could spam them a lot. I'm sure that I'm not gonna abuse this at all. We fight Fang in a weird auto-scroller section, and even in the non-auto-scroller sections, he just chills in the background and is a menace. Unfortunately, Sonic isn't carrying his patented Sonic the Hedgehog 44 Magnum, or this boss fight would be a lot faster. After about 4 minutes of being chased by Fang, he just freaking eats it, and I don't know why that's so funny. Like, that looks like it belongs in a World Star hip-hop fail compilation. The second act introduces a mechanic that I just hate. The screen goes dark around the character and reduces your vision. Like, this isn't a slight at Sonic. Mario has done this before. Donkey Kong has done this before. The new Mortal Kombat game does this as well. And it's just not a fun mechanic and never has been. Imagine if the whole video was like this. Do you like that? Is it more fun now that we don't have to edit the corners of the screen? This darkness thing also sucks here a little bit more than everywhere else, because it's a game that you're supposed to be going fast, but now you can't see. I had some choice words to say about this too. A darkness level. Oh, alright. We get chased by bulls, which is awesome, climb some clouds, and get to the tallest flagpole ever made. The next stage is about hoppos, which are these big fat guys that are trampolines, and so far the enemy design in this game has been 10 out of 10. We get blasted back to the Sonic Dart Forward stage, make a bit of progress, and I would like this act so much more if it didn't do the darkness thing. Oh. Okay, we're back in Mario. We hit our first item shop where you could spend these purple coins on badges, a Wonder Seed, extra lives, or even this weird stand thing, which is only good for online, so whatever. And I personally find this shop really cool because now I know that the coins are important and unlock useful things. Then, before we can get to the next stage, we're sent back to the Dark Forest. We play another metal minigame, even though I still don't know what they're for, progress on the stage, and are hit with the classic foreground-background switcheroo. I play another metal minigame, and even though it's only been 90 minutes, I'm already sick of this. At this point, I don't know what the medals are for, and I don't want to look anything up. All I know is that this minigame is available all the time, and every time you play it, it just completely slows down the pace of the game. I know I said that Sonic doesn't have to be moving at Mach 50 for me to be happy, but he should at least be walking. Between the metal minigame, slow-ass boss fights, and emerald chase scenes, it doesn't feel like the game is slowing down. It feels like the battery in your controller is having a quadruple bypass every 30 seconds. We get to our next boss fight, and I tried to use my powers to no effect because you actually have to make him punch himself, which takes a bit of time. Just like all the other bosses, this guy overstays his welcome by making me wait out all of his silly animations, and then we get through his tough exterior and finish Act 2. There's a little cutscene of Fang chasing around this robot dude and getting captured, the same robot dude that Fang bumped into when he ate it one stage ago, and I'm sure that's gonna be important. And then it was time for Sky Temple. This zone was okay. It relied a lot on these little wind things, which are pretty slow. There's also a golden ring that I accidentally missed, so I tried to use my fireball against the wind, and it didn't work. The wind completely completely disabled the power of the Chaos Emerald, and like, why doesn't Eggman do that? I decide to restart the stage to get to the golden ring, and just before we get to it, bada bing, Mario time, baby. We do a race against Wiggler, which is very fun because there's different paths to take, enemies trying to slow you down, speed strips, and of course, the Wiggler is on roller skates, which I love, but hold up, how did he put those on? Then we do a badge challenge stage, which is just so fun. It's basically a challenge level created around the use of a specific badge, and it's very cool to see what they create. This one, for example, is about floating across large gaps, and it's honestly pretty easy. The next stage is a roller Koopa derby, and the timing here is impeccable. What is this? Bro got kidnapped. Bro, you're joking. No way that flower took me all the way to Sonic. We make our way back to the ring in order to have another shot at the Chaos Emerald, and here's where I really start to have a gripe with this minigame. Since the only thing you can do is press X and kind of point your body, it's kind of up to chance if you lock onto the right thing. Like here, I'm very clearly pointing my body in the direction that the crystal is headed, but the game decides to lock onto a point that's in the complete opposite direction. Bro, you don't get to choose which one you want to grab onto. Oh. Okay, thank you. Random God swaps us back to Mario, and I ruined the Koopa's fun because this wonder got me doing things out of character. We grab a handle that's coming out of a tree, which for some reason kinda grosses me out, and it spawns an invisible road with flower coins that I have to find. This one isn't my favorite by any means because it's kinda similar to the darkness thing that Sonic did, but at least here you could see your enemies versus them hiding in the mist waiting to kill you. The game swaps back to Sonic, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really starting to hate this idea because it keeps happening when things get exciting. I tried the Golden Ring Emerald game again and failed because I'm bad, and then I started the level over to give it another shot. I went to beat the first segment of this stage for the third time in a row to attempt getting the emerald again, and after a few awkward lock-ons, I finally get the emerald and my next power. This one is called Vision, and it reveals hidden objects and items in the stage, which sounds like a very cool concept, but I think I used it like 3 times, ever. I find my first invisible platform and sick. Awesome, alright. There's this cool little brick breaker section, which is simple and satisfying. And then there's this floating section where you're supposed to dodge enemies by timing your float mid-air. I just skip it with my fireball technique. We hit this weird flying section that sends us way too high, and after dying to a little platform, I just skip it with my fireball technique. I do wonder how many times I'm gonna use that clip. We reach the next boss, which is better than the last few we faced, and abusing our powers, we get a few hits in with our clones, and then head back to Mario to get a Wonder Seed. We play a puzzle level, which isn't really a puzzle, but we get a free seed for it, and then we do another challenge stage, which I absolutely love. This one is based on the wall climb jump badge, which makes your first wall jump vertical so you could scale higher walls. And they built an entire obstacle course for it, which just felt really good to get through. We hit a KO stage, which is another level variation that makes you defeat enemies as fast as possible. I could actually imagine an entire subset of speedrunners competing to get the best times on each KO stage because they seem very optimizable. Oh, that could be a good video. Unless that happens. We finish up this boss by bonking him a few times, and then we have Pinball Carnival Zone, which is my second favorite zone in the game. It mixes the aesthetic of Casino Night Zone and Carnival Night Zone, but it also gives it a splash of worse music. We're transported back to Mario, beat the KO stage, get transported back into Sonic. No, god dang it! And then we attempt an Emerald minigame, which tilts me because they're not great. And when you fail, you have to restart the entire stage again to get another attempt. But still, this level is really fun. It has a lot going on, and dare I say it, it feels fast. It's very weird to state this, but the Sonic parts of this game are actually very good. But there's so much other stuff happening that slows you down, wastes your time, or just feels awkward. We face a boss that has an entire gimmick about hitting these sign things, but my clones just take care of it. And then I hit the last one with my fireball technique and went on my way. The next stage is a bonus level where you just bounce around the entire time, and it's definitely scratching the pleasure center of my brain, and possibly all the centers in Sonic's brain because it seems like he has a concussion. Now here's where I learned my first massive issue with this Sonic game. You see, I got a pop-up that asked if I wanted to go to the shop. Thinking that the medals were important, something to unlock characters, power-ups, or just enhance my abilities, I excitedly go into the shop. And the only thing that the medals do is unlock cosmetics for your character for the online battle mode that's not great. And just look at these prices. This requires 40 medals? 40 medals for a head? That is an extortionate amount of medals. But there's even an item that costs 200 medals. I was now done with 4 out of 11 zones in the game. I'll tell you how I figured that out in a second. And I barely had a little over 1/10 the medals needed to buy that one item. I mean, sure, I wasn't grinding out the stages and grabbing every medal and ring to expedite the process, but I was getting a decent amount. And for them to ask me to get 200 of them for one item is genuinely insane. Now, quick disclaimer, this is the most expensive item I saw. Other items can be 25 medals or 10 medals, but 1,100, if you were wondering. 1,100 medals you need to unlock everything in the shop. And what kills me the most about it is that you can't even use these cosmetics in the campaign mode. It's only for the subpar online battle mode, which is already struggling to fill lobbies. This means that maybe within 2 weeks, the objects that you could buy by grinding these medals are going to be completely useless. And before anyone crawls into my ass and says that I hate working for things or don't like unlockable items, I want to show you something. This is the Rhino, a reoccurring, incredibly overpowered weapon in every Ratchet & Clank title. But the funny thing about it is that it costs way more money than you can earn in a single playthrough. So you're supposed to grind and grind and grind until you earn the $1 million or whatever you need to purchase this from the shop. And once you get it, you feel within your hands the wrath of a god, a weapon that is capable of clearing entire screens of enemies within seconds. Not once have I ever complained or hated having to work for the Rhino, because I knew that I was working towards a weapon so powerful it would make Oppenheimer look like Tony Tiger. But they want us to put that amount of effort for a hat in a bad minigame? No. We're transported back to Mario and play a stage against these frogs with food poisoning. Then I find a weird secret. What did that do? Do I just ride this all the way to the bottom? Oh, I do. Wow. Me. Now, this next thing that happens to me in Sonic is pretty silly. I leave the shop to get back to the overworld and it just puts me outside of the last zone. I haven't even unlocked this area yet, so I rightfully try to leave and this happens.
Like pizza, experiences and opportunities are better shared.
First, there's sour. And then they're sweet. Sour Patch Kids.
The next act of Pinball Carnival is fun. You ride a little roller coaster and dodge enemies, and I'm pretty sure this place has enough OSHA violations to send Eggman into generational debt. We transport back to Mario, and there's a whole nother timed rhythm section, which is just charming. Then we hit a pinball section and another golden ring. And I think it's safe to say now that I really don't like this minigame. I literally get right next to the booster with rings on it, which would secure me the W, but instead it locks onto a point on the other side of the wall just to be funny. So instead, I die and have to play the beginning of the stage again. I tried to outsmart the game by cooking Sonic so that I could respawn closer to the ring, but hilariously, that doesn't work. You actually have to restart the entire stage. I beat the beginning of the stage again and then fail, and then I beat it for a third time and finally win. Grab it, yes! Ah! This power-up is called Water, which lets you swim in water and up waterfalls. And I don't remember ever having to use this power either. It also controls exactly like the fireball, so why not just use the fireball? We go back to Mario and play a weird snail level, which also has pipe tops that you could push around. And this pipe top reveals a Wonder Flower. It's another pipe slither again, but this time a little bit more dangerous because that purple stuff on the bottom will either give you superpowers or something terminal. We clear the course and then spring back to Sonic to play, you guessed it, a metal game. And this one took me so long that the random timer swapped me back to Mario before I was done. And now it was time for my first Mario Castle. And the vibes are nice. In a very scary, not nice kind of way. There's Hammer Bros, which we all know I love so much. Then there's a Wonder Flower that instills the magical force of gravity. It adds a sense of urgency and it also kills a Hammer Brother, which is a great thing in my book. We run up a scary staircase, get the elephant power up and head back to Sonic. We hit this multi-rail roller coaster where you have to dodge enemies and transfer between the tracks, which I personally found to be pretty great, but then it was boss time. I'm guessing that the gimmick here was to use these spinny things to shoot yourself at Eggman, but I hit him with my cloney baloney and then smash him with my fireball technique. And finally use his built-in gimmick a single time, just as the devs intended. We finish the stage and head to Lagoon City. Now, this stage is a water park, which is an aesthetic that I absolutely love. But Bowser Jr. spoils our fun because he's a dork. The boss fight plays like a traditional Mario boss, only B Jr. uses Wonder halfway through and starts to change our sizes up. After a quick tussle, we get our first Royal Seed, see the castle be freed, and head over to the Petal Isles, which is an area between worlds. Think about it as a bridge, or like purgatory. We click back into Sonic, and I actually really like this stage. There's not much else to say about it, but the one thing I will say is that there's this mysterious waterfall that I thought was gonna lead me to a cool secret at the top of it, but I just kept failing on making it up there, so I gave up. We check out the Petal Isles, and here's where I'm gonna say something that's objective. I was a little under halfway of Sonic Superstars at this point, nearing the end of Zone 5 out of 11. But seeing this screenshot of Mario's overworld, I found out that I was barely done with World 1. And I used the word done loosely because I skipped some stages and didn't really collect everything. I don't want to dogpile and bring up the fact that both of these games cost the same price because for what it's worth, Sonic the Hedgehog cost $70 when it was released back in 1994, which is the equivalent of $138 today. The problem with this argument is that Sonic 3 was one of the most beautiful, graphically impressive titles available at that time, and it was so big that it spent $20 million on marketing alone. Whereas Sonic Superstars is very clearly not that. The sour taste really comes from the idea that Superstars doesn't have collectibles besides the emeralds. So the real estate in the game is kind of put to waste because exploration is not only useless, but also discouraged thanks to the game's blast you forward at Mach 10 attitude. We visit the Petal Isles and learn that we need all of the Royal Seeds to get into Bowser's brain and punch it. So I need 5 more Royal Seeds to get inside of Bowser. We switch back into Sonic and play the Lagoon boss, hit him with my clone, and finish the stage. Then we play a fruit stage as Amy, and even now, I don't know what this was supposed to be. You just hit fruit and then escort a little robot for the second half of the stage? But this part here was actually pretty cool because it felt so much different from everything else in the game. Having to escort a robot while dodging giant fruit was fun, and it was nice to have a change of pace that wasn't an emerald chase or a metal game. Then we click back into Mario and do a badge challenge. This badge was an absolute game changer. The Dolphin Kick gives you a dash underwater and lets you punch through walls. It basically took everything that sucked about water levels and threw it out the window, making these stages feel more like flying than awkwardly floating around. To make a water level not suck is nearly impossible, but golly gee, Mario has done it again. Now, I gotta do something here that is going to make some people upset. I gotta talk about my feelings. At this point, it had already been over 3 hours into this challenge. And honestly, it was getting a little tiring, but probably not for the reason that what you'd expect, beating a video game in a single sitting is a pretty big task. When you enjoy a game, after a few hours you fall into this flow state and really start to sink your teeth in. Swapping to an entirely different title randomly with a different set of controls, music, physics, and overall vibe, it basically feels like falling into a really good dream and then being woken up every 3 seconds. I had moments where I sighed because we got sent back to Mario, and I had moments where I sighed because we got sent back to Sonic. Basically, if I cooked you your favorite dish right now and only let you take one bite every few minutes, you probably wouldn't enjoy that dish. And this exact theory as to what hindered my enjoyment of both of these games is also the same exact reason why Sonic hinders itself. There's too many little, random, inconsequential moments that take you away from the core experience. A core experience that I actually enjoyed in all of the stages so far. These moments where you're riding a water slide, playing a pinball, or dodging on a roller coaster were genuinely fun, but they were constantly interrupted by slow bonus games, awkward emerald chases, or dare I say it, the worst bosses in any Sonic game ever. So not only was this challenge detracting from the good moments in Sonic, but Sonic was doing it too. But I was already too far into the challenge to quit now, so I knew I had to activate gamer mode. The petal aisles in Mario were really fun, and I also noticed that they call it that because of a flower petal, but you also have to pedal your feet in order to swim, so haha, there's this giant fish that reminds me of the guy who kicked SpongeBob's butt.
It's butt kicking time.
Lagoon City was a fun stage in Sonic, but the underwater sections, as always, were pretty annoying. They were made a bit better by the water power-up, but it's a shame that it's a timed use. Still, that's better than nothing. We face an Eggman boss, which is very similar to another Eggman boss in this game, and with the power of gems we beat it by not following any of the rules. Also, minor thing, but you can use the fireball ability underwater, which now makes the water ability effectively useless. Sand Sanctuary was next, and it had this cool giant snake that you could run on sometimes, but other than that, it was a sand stage, so whatever. It also had these things that look very similar to the ones in Mario, but somehow controlled a little worse. We get a Wonder Flower in Mario that makes the water go to the ceiling instead of the ground, then we continue Sand Sanctuary and lose the Emerald Chase because it sucks. And after a few more snakes, we face this stage boss, which, as you may have guessed, is not great. We get the bubble power-up in Mario, and it's honestly just so good. It disintegrates enemies, but it also gives you a platform to jump off, so I can imagine the speedrun strats are going to be insane. And then we get a Wonder Flower that just makes giant bubbles rise from the bottom of the screen. And on stream, that's where I said something that I stand by 100%. I feel like if I had a son or a daughter, this is the first game I would ever want to play with them. We see the next world, and it's just beautiful. So the camera angle they give you is from the bottom of the clouds, and it gives you the feeling that you're climbing. It's just, dude, I'm about to cry. I'm not even lying. I'm about to actually shed a tear. It's so beautiful. The next Sonic Zone was pretty fun. It's called Press Factory, and the whole gimmick is that there's this giant smasher thing in the background that sends a shockwave to the foreground, which knocks you up and also moves things around. And honestly, even though it does kind of slow down your gameplay, I really wish that more of the levels in this game experimented like this one did. It's refreshing and actually makes you think about your movement, which is fun. Boss fight, moving on. Mario sends us to an ice level, Sonic sends us to a bonus level, and then we play Act 2 of Press Factory, and this gimmick is that if you don't press a switch every few seconds, an atomic bomb goes off and you die. It happened to me twice. Even though the gimmick sounds kind of annoying, it's fun because you're terrified the entire time. We get a Wonder Flower which creates a giant snowball, and then it kills the flagpole, which as we all know means that now Mario's soul is trapped in this level for eternity. Oh, never mind, there's another one right there. We do Wall Climb Jump Challenge 2, which is just as fun as the first one, with the added spice of difficulty. Sonic Boss. The next area is Golden Capital, and I really don't know what they were trying to do here. It just felt like they took a lot of mechanics that older stages already did, but then made them worse. We do a search party in Mario, which is basically a level where they hide 5 coins and you have to find out where they are. I've never seen a 2D Mario try to do a puzzle, but it works well. We play more Golden Palace and it does this fun thing where the whole world flips over. But besides that, this place stinks. The boss is a cute golden pig though, but we one-shot him with our clones. The next act is a Knuckles level, and in it I find a golden ring and my next Chaos Emerald. This one is called Vines. Climbable vines that are entirely useless because of the fireball ability. So get a good look, because you're never gonna see it again. We play a level on Mario with these pissed off birds that just try to pierce through you, and then the Wonder Flower changes gravity, but not the way that you would think. It changes gravity towards the Z-axis, which makes you walk on the wall through the stage that you just played. And it's so cool and high effort because the characters need to be viewed from a whole different perspective just for this effect. We get the floating high jump badge, which gives everyone mad hops, and then we get a Sonic cutscene where Fang steals all the emeralds, so for this next stage, you can't use your powers at all. Which is really fun and is starting to make me believe that the emeralds weren't supposed to be here in the first place. Like every stage and boss is complete without them, and half of them are entirely useless. It's just a poorly done mechanic, and it feels like the game was made without them in mind, or they were made without the game in mind, if that makes sense. We do a fun auto-scrolling lava section and then face Fang in a flying ship. And this part feels so different than the actual game itself that I enjoy it. It's incredibly basic though, like breaking his force field by jumping into it enough times to hit him, but I realized that if you just stand in the corner and jump preemptively, you could cheese this part. We get a cutscene where Robo Bro tries to stop Fang. Fang punts Robro, and then Robro reveals Robro not bro at all, but girl. Girl eat emerald, become dragon, as girls do. Then Fang jumps into a mech and gets owned. Dude, Fang's just been getting his ass beat. We do a KO stage on Mario, and then this super hard challenging stage where the blocks disappear faster and faster and you have to time your jumps. We snap back to Sonic and play this cyber stage, which is my favorite zone by far. They try a lot of different mechanics here, and though some of them aren't great, the good parts are so fun. Also, Pixel Sonic is a little cutie. We finish the hard Mario level and then get a new emerald in Sonic with a new power. And this power is called Slow, which slows things down. It's also useless, and trust me, Sonic Superstars does not need help slowing down. I think I could finally guess what's been going on with the emeralds at this point. The emeralds seem like they were made as an important part of this game needed to progress, like Link's hookshot or Samus's bombs. But for some reason, they decided to scrap it all together but left the powers in anyway. Like this slow move has literally never been needed before. Nothing in this game has moved at a rate that needs to be slowed at all. The water power-up that we got before seemed to only be necessary if there was a waterfall that went behind a platform you couldn't jump through. But I never saw that either. So I could only assume that they scrapped a lot of the content that the powers were made for, but kept the powers in? Or maybe there's something later where you have to use all of them, but it's weird to make you wait until a single level for them to be effective? I don't know. Let's move on. This level has a bunch of transformations. The jellyfish is kind of fun, the mouse is terrible, and the rocket ship is the fastest you're gonna move in this entire game, which is a good thing. We do a badge challenge for Spring Feet, which is the first badge that seems to be like a hindrance. You basically can't stop jumping, which sounds like the Mushroom Kingdom's version of a neurological disorder. Then we do a stage where Mario turns into a cloud, which is a little janky, but it still works. We hit the cyber boss, which is the second worst boss in the game, and you basically just run to the right and dodge these things until you can get a hit in. But they don't pan the camera for you, so you're always running towards the side of the screen you can't react to. It's terrible. And if you ever get hit towards the left side of the screen, you're instantly killed. So that's cool. We get to the end and sigh a breath of relief. But then the game tricks you and adds another phase, which is 2 more minutes of this. We do a tail stage, which isn't great, so I'm not gonna talk about it. And then we do a floating Bowser stage where he's trying to snipe you from the background. And honestly, that looks fucking terrifying. Finally, we can face our second Bowser Castle, which has the Trypophobia piranha plants, so yuck, and also Long Mario. I think this one was by far my least favorite of the Wonder Flower effects. It controls awkwardly and just makes you a walking hazard, but still, it's fun. Then we do an aerial shooting section for Sonic, which is alright. The sound effects are grating. That sound is so sick. But I really like shoot 'em up, so I'll give it a pass. We get to Egg Fortress, which means we're finally at the end of Sonic Superstars. But only in World 2 of Super Mario Wonder. Act 1 isn't great. It has a lot of slow or awkward mechanics, and I feel like at this point the devs were just as tired as I was. We fight Bowser Jr. again, only this time he makes the floors change. And then we get our next Royal Seed. We race a Wiggler and head back to Egg Fortress. And there are so many sections here that are just so slow. We get through Act 1, a weird hourglass turns over, and now we have to beat the level in reverse as the place undestroys itself, which is so fantastic in theory. In practice, it's a little janky, but it looks good, so I'll forgive it. We find a golden ring, and it's finally time for our last Emerald Power. After a few attempts, we secure our W, and surely the final Chaos Emerald is gonna unlock something cool. Something insane. Something worth all the buildup, and it's a homing attack. We also unlocked Supersonic, but I can't use it because it takes rings to use, and we were at the end of the game. We get to World 3 in Mario Wonder and play another puzzle level that revolves around hidden blocks. Then we play a stage where the Wonder Flower makes these gigantic spike guys jump when you do and destroy everything they touch. And now we're finally at the final boss of Sonic Superstars. And in all my years of playing video games, this has to be in my top 10 worst boss fights of all time. In fact, this boss was so bad that I couldn't even enjoy the moments that I got sent back to Mario Wonder because in the back of my head I knew I still had to go back there. The first phase, he shoots rockets at you. You have to run behind him and then jump into the blue rocket so that it slaps him in the back of the head. But the funny thing is, sometimes the blue rocket just doesn't spawn anywhere near you and you miss it, meaning you have to wait for his slow ass animation all over again. Then after you hit him, he breaks the floor with a chop, you outrun the falling floor and dodge electric sparks. You rinse and repeat this and have to do this entire cycle 3 times, which takes over 3 minutes. And that's phase 1. Phase 2, he chases you from the left side of the screen while breaking the floor, and then he does that slow-ass anti-gravity thing that we hated from the stage, which takes as long as you'd expect. He also does this super awesome move here where he breaks the floor repeatedly, and you have to stay on the right side of the screen and somehow react to the blocks coming that aren't visible yet. Just quick game design 101 here. If the player is running towards the right side of the screen, the camera should place them on the left side of the screen to give them more time to react. If the player is running towards the left side of the screen, the camera should place them on the right side of the screen to give them more time to react. I illustrated it here in Mario Wonder. You could draw a line yourself. And it's crazy that Sonic doesn't do that, even though everyone who worked on this game probably knew they were supposed to. And at this point, it just reeks of a rush job. Like, the background doesn't even loop correctly. After this attack, I try to hit him with my fireball move, but no, he wasn't vulnerable, so I take damage and then insta-die because the floor next to him is destroyed. And it starts me all the way back 5 minutes ago, before phase 1. You could tell because in this section, the timer counts backwards, and my timer started at 4:36. And almost every single attempt against this boss took me a bare minimum of 5 minutes. And paired with the game randomly swapping to Mario Wonder, sometimes so fast that I couldn't clear a single attempt, I was stuck in this hell for over an hour. I died, and I died, and I died, and I died, and I died. Meanwhile, in Mario Wonder, I did a speed stage, I turned into a turtle, I did a bunch of challenges to get a Royal Seed, discovered a new power-up, and just did other things that were very clearly made by devs that wanted to make sure the player was having a good time. And it was hard to enjoy those moments because in the back of my mind, the only thing I could think about was that miserable boss fight. I'm fine with a game bringing a bit of challenge, but you should be fighting what's in the game, not the game itself. itself. Millennia, one of the most notoriously hard bosses of the last decade, took me 3 hours to beat, and I love her, because every time I lost, I knew it was my fault. I didn't lose because of a janky camera or a randomized missile or bad controls. I lost because I sucked. And that's the difference. By the time we beat this boss, I was so tired of Sonic Superstars. Eggman explodes, Sonic escapes, and Trip, aka Robro from before, but girl, gets added into the gang. And then you find out that you could beat the game as Trip again to get the real final ending. No thank you. Now, I gotta do an honest review. As a Sonic fan, Sonic Superstars was really fun when it tried to be a Sonic game. The stages felt fine, Sonic himself controlled well, and there were even some mechanics that I thought were great. Unfortunately, the moments where the game tries to be a fun, somewhat fast platformer was realistically only about 50%. The other 50% were a buggy, slow, unnecessary slog through some of the most unfinished mechanics I have ever seen in a Sonic game, and that's saying something. If this game was only the 50% that felt like a Sonic game, I'd easily give it like an 8 out of 10. But that's very clearly not the case. Paired with not having collectibles in 2023, only being 3 hours long, and boss fights that were about as fun as peeling off the top layer of my own skin, this game gets like a 4.5 out of 10. And Mario Wonder was the exact opposite. It was fun the entire time, it was charming, it wasn't meant to be difficult, but had moments where I failed and laughed about it. Wonder is the perfect word for this game because that's truly what it makes you feel. I said this in the beginning of the video, and judging by my 32-page script that was probably 4 hours ago, but this game makes you feel like you did when you were a child that first played a video game. When you didn't understand code or development or limitations, where you'd think that if you did a specific secret jump, you could launch yourself into the background and unlock an open world. Every single step of Mario Wonder, I was excited to see what they were gonna do next. And I know I said that I was gonna try to beat them both in one sitting, but I'd rather savor this one. And I don't want to ruin my experience by playing it back to back with one of the worst boss fights I've ever played. I haven't beaten it yet, so it's too early for me to give it a full review, but from what I've seen so far, I give Wonder a 9.5 out of 10. It was a great time. I know this video is probably a movie. I didn't expect it to be this long when I did the challenge, so if you've made it this far, pat yourself on the back. If you think that this video was strange, how about this one where I made Mario and Sonic swap worlds to see who was better? And here's one I just did where I beat a Mario game as Peppino Spaghetti. They're both very fun videos, and I think that you'd enjoy them if you enjoyed this one, so go check them out. I'm Scooch, and thanks for watching.
Alright. Well, I guess we kind of expected that, or I actually kind of expected that. Like, just based off what he was saying during the video, you can pretty much see him enjoying Mario a lot more than Sonic. Which, fair enough, man. Fair enough. You all have your opinions, which is fair. Let me quickly read what you guys have to say, then we'll get into the next video. Just exposing a little Timmy. If you bought the game after 3 updates, I can see why you're complaining. I just beat Mario Wonder with my family 2 days ago. It's amazing. Inside Out 2 ad. I have no confidence in it. I remember seeing Inside Out 1 in a theater for a field trip, and I might just watch Inside Out 2. I remember watching Inside Out 1, which was so long ago. That was, I don't even know. That was long ago, bro. Really long ago. What's next in the queue? It's your video, KR. Your video is next. Why does an emergency light cost 200 medals? $40 for a head sounds like a good deal. We are so lucky that doesn't cost real world money. If not costing real world money should be normal, not something to be grateful for. This isn't EA, exactly. EA, we want your money. That's their motto. EA Sports, we want your money. That bug happens to everyone, it seems, breaking the fourth wall. The water powered up also protects against non-spiked enemies, but it never tells you that. Inflation, no, you can't beat a Mario Sonic game at the same time. There's also the Black Dragon. Does that not do it? Does he not do it? How did I know he was gonna shit on Sonic? Guess not. Not like it's not valid criticism though. I mean, fair enough. Once again, you all have your opinions, And if he experienced liking Mario better, then that so be it. You know, so be it. But just based off the graphics and everything like that, the graphics are nice. I understand that, but the gameplay, I feel like for Sonic, it's a bit repetitive. It is a bit repetitive. You know, especially with all the mini games and everything like that. Like always just collecting the emeralds, doing the same thing for that, always getting those medals. It can be quite repetitive. I think that's why, and it's quite short as well. I mean, 3 hours for the game, it's quite short, I guess. You know, but you all have your own opinions. So I haven't played. I don't know. So I have absolutely no idea. But I'll still support Sonic Superstars. It's not that bad. You watched the movie. You watched Inside Out. Yeah, Inside Out. That was like when I was a small kid, bro. It was like that in the original games. I like Superstars, but it could do a whole lot better. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Inside Out was like, yeah, it wouldn't have released like what, 20 years ago, bro. Not that long ago, but look, it released a long time ago. I was a kid. Obviously, I watched movies as a kid. But yeah, let's see what's up with Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric.
Sonic Boom, 2 out of 10.
Gameplay was clunky.
Unfinished mess.
Why are they ruining Sonic?
That's just the beginning of Sonic Boom's problems, however.
Whew. I'm really dizzy. Ah. Hey, you've been staring at that wall for like 10 minutes. No, sorry. Cardboard Silver. I'm just troubled by the dislike aimed towards Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric. It digs into my soul and prevents me from feeling happiness because I'm such a deep, complicated person. Really? Nah, actually I'm pretty simple and chill. But my days of analyzing this game are done. Oh? I've done my time trying to seem like a positive person while constantly looking at this game, which is pretty much just like an ocean overflowing with ocean gunk. Chalk that up with Peter Knetter's other greatest analogies of all time. But anyway, we're not going to be criticizing the game at all in this video. What? But that's impossible! You can't make a video about Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric without saying anything bad and still keep a good reputation. The game itself is bad, so if you look at the game, you're looking at bad either way. It's just no use. Ah, but you underestimate the power of thinking positive. If we just steer clear of everything negative about the game, we won't have to look at any displeasing aspects whatsoever through the entire video. You're mad. No. I'm happy. This is my happy face. Yes, guys, we're looking at what I suppose brought my channel to life. Sonic Boom. It was more the cartoon that got me my first audience with my Let's Watches and YTPs, but this game was one of the first ones that I did a Let's Play of, and technically it did spawn the Sonic Boom series. If I took a survey, I bet 60% of everybody watching this video right now discovered my channel from a Sonic Boom video I did. So I do owe a lot to this game. So today I'm going to give this game and Sonic Boom the best gift I can give it, which is making a video about it without actually mentioning the negativities. So pretty much you're going to give it a blank video. Yes, aren't you helpful? Honestly, I feel like I'm trying to jump in a pool without getting wet, and why do I keep using water analogies? Let's let the fun begin. So the game begins by saying, hey, Sonic dies later on in the game. Now you have to play through the whole thing. The first images we get when playing this game is this scene where Sonic appears to get killed, and then it just says, yesterday. And honestly, it feels like when you see a video on YouTube about some kid getting trolled on Call of Duty or GTA, and the video starts off with the creator saying, hey, I had to make this video at least 10 minutes long, but the part where the kid freaks out is at the end, so don't leave even though the bulk of the video is really lame. Also, I guess I'm British. Okay. To be honest, this scene actually kind of does the opposite for me, though. What's this? Sonic dies? Sonic dies? Okay. Alright, the end. No, we played the game. That's fine. You can tell us the ending. I didn't want to play the game anyway. Now, why would I buy a game to play a game? Spend $60 on this thing. Quite literally. The back is coming off this. No, I didn't want to play a game, though. No, that's fine. Here, Silver. Why don't you play the game, alright? Because I don't need to play this game. Nah, I didn't come here to play video games. I didn't start up my Wii, turn on my gamepad, put the game in so I could play. No. Why would I want to do that? Be stupid. Stupid. Yeah, I know, there's nothing going on here. I blame production. But hey, let's move on before I say that this is a dumb way to start the game, because I'm not saying that it is. or that it isn't, please continue. Well, you managed to look at one part of the game without criticizing it or the universe exploding. Of course, all I need to do is not focus on one part of the game for more than a minute. It's easy. So yesterday, Sonic and his gang are chasing Eggman for no real reason, and they fight and stuff, and that's cool, but can we maybe go farther back in time so we can see why the heck do they all look like this? Oh sure, Sonic dies, and we go back in time like, and here's how this whole crazy situation came about. But how did this whole crazy situation come about? Why does Knuckles look like he used a sandwich power-up from Castle Crashers? Why is Eggman in seriously pretty good shape, and why are they all wearing bandages? We need answers! Now, to prevent this issue from actually being something negative about the game, I provided my own backstory to give some closure on all these questions. Once upon a time, Sonic and all his pals lived on Earth, like in Sonic Adventures and stuff. But then the apocalypse happened, and there were zombies, cause, seriously, why wouldn't there be zombies? And the zombies destroyed everyone. But somehow Sonic and his pals were able to survive, sustaining only minor flesh wounds, which was of course no problem, cause they had bandages. So that explains that part. They all headed to a distant island that the zombies couldn't reach, cause water, I guess. So they got to the island and found it was inhabited by primitive morons, and by Eggman, who had a vacation house there that he visited from time to time for a while. And he also got in shape, but all he really did was hang upside down for a while, so all his body fat shifted to his upper body. So now they spend the rest of their days on an island, waiting for the apocalypse to end. And Knuckles is just really dumb because he took his brains out and used them to stuff his arms. All has been explained. So the rest of this game's story is pretty much exactly something that you've heard a million times. Ancient evil thing wakes up and wants revenge and to take over the world, and heroes have to stop it by working together and learning to be friends and more stuff and things like that. And then they win. And that's it. Or is it? Let's make things even more cliche by adding a cliffhanger where a secondary villain inherits real villain's power, and then we just have to wait for the sequel. Rise of Lyric 2, Rise of Eggman. Because he was sleeping, but then he rose up in the morning. So yeah, the title works. One thing I will say though is that this game is a prequel to the cartoon, in which Eggman has the evil button on his arm, showing that it takes place afterwards. So what does he do with it? What is his evil plan that was foreshadowed in the ending of Rise of Lyric? What was the real ending to this game? Well, he basically uses it for the same things he always does with his other buttons. It's just a remote. Cliffhanger over. So that's your goal in the game, stop an ancient evil lizard man. In order to do this, you take part in many different gameplay styles, and genres, including arcade-style shooting, platforming, and running like in past Sonic games. But most of the gameplay is what I call child marketing appeal gameplay. This is the very reason for Sonic Boom's existence, to make a game that appeals to children more than past games by having a child-familiar gameplay, and a cartoon. You see this all the time in games like Skylanders, the LEGO games, and most other series that are mainly aimed towards kids. This gameplay style is as follows. Go forward, fight enemies, doors open, walk forward, hit buttons. Go forward, fight enemies, door opens, walk forward, hit buttons, fight enemies, door opens. Platforming, fight enemies, go forwards, push buttons, dodge obstacles, more enemies, more button turning on, activating, pulling, pushing, fighting the boss, and then level complete. Now in LEGO games the puzzles are fun, and are rarely the same. The combat is fun and cool looking, and they always had fun things along the way, like vehicles, weapons, and tons of secrets. With Skylanders you get combat upgrades, tons of collectibles, and varied objectives and gameplay. Sonic Boom is more like doing the same thing over and over, and then doing more of that. Very few secrets, very few things are multiple choice, combat is all the same throughout the game, and you only get 4 characters, something you simply need to change for this kind of gameplay to be fun. LEGO games and Skylander games have tons and tons of characters. Sure, some of them are very similar or the same, but they're all somewhat different as well, and that is something that you need for this kind of gameplay to be fun. Sure, Sonic Boom is doing the same things over and over again, but what if you had like 50 characters to play as? Hey, all of a sudden doing the same things over and over again and again isn't doing the same things over and over again and again because you have different characters. Some jump better or fight better, or some are faster, some are slower, some are more powerful, and they make things different even if they're the same. It's little things like that that can make this kind of gameplay fun.
Well, the gameplay may not do what it should, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the gameplay is bad. Does it? I think it kind of does.
Nah, I may never have said it's good, but I sure did not say it was bad. Did I? I think I did. It's really hard to keep track of these things. I think my microphone may have stopped recording.
Hey, I know. Why not list your top 10 favorite things about this game?
I don't know if I have favorite things about
Okay,
this.
then make up a list. You're on the verge of seeming negative.
Oh yes, right. Of course, I have a list. Favorite things I like about this game. This game has plenty of positives about it. My brain hurts. Did they abandon the video yet? I'm not doing anything. Just don't move and then leave.
I can't move anyway.
Shh. Number 1. The graphics aren't too great, but the way that the characters move is very smooth and animated, and the facial expressions are really expressive, for lack of a better word. Number 2. Although not all characters play the same, they control well for the most part, and platforming can be actually kind of fun. Number 3. Speaking of platforming, Amy segments, which require platforming and landing on thin ledges, is very smooth and easy to get good at. Number 4. Despite the dumbed-down graphics, the game's worlds are heavily decorated, and there are so many plants, rocks, and details that the worlds really feel alive. Number 5. The game's cutscenes have a more appealing humor. Ever since Sonic Colors, Sega has tried to make the dialogue more natural and comedic, but it did still always come across as somewhat childish at times. This game has tried a different style of humor, and even though it's not always hilarious, it seems more appealing to different ages. Number 6. Eggman is hilarious, and more likable than normal. Enough said, he's just fantastic. Number 7. One of the game's mechanics has you running on water, and it controls and feels just like classic Sonic 3D running levels, and more precisely...
You really food inspector?
Why we keep getting inside out ads, bro?
Then inspect.
Come on.
Very similar to Sonic Unleashed, which I like quite a bit. Number 8. The entire game is local multiplayer. In a time when so many game series are moving on to online only, this is really refreshing. Halo 5, you got rid of split screen, and now Sonic Boom did something better than you. Who would have guessed? Number 9. Spoiler attack. Sonic doesn't die. I know they made it seem like he did, which is dumb, but honestly, they could have made him die, and they could have had this whole fan-servicey, cringy story thing, but they knew when to take it easy and not do anything too crazy. So you didn't make another Sonic 06. Well done. Number 10. Best thing about this game? The hub worlds. There's a nice amount of them, and they're more interactive than Sonic Adventure, and more varied than Sonic 06. Overall, just having fun in the hub worlds and playing the side quests is the best thing about this game in my opinion, and I hope more Sonic games can do the same.
Well, you did it. You looked at the game without saying any negative things about it.
No, it cannot be done. Even while saying the good things about this game, there's no way to avoid criticizing it. Even saying the good things about this game start with the phrase, despite being lame, or even though one thing stinks, and it's just the way that things have to be. I want to be as positive and as fair as I can, but if I don't recognize this game's failures as often as they come up, then why mention the good things at all? If a reviewer tries to ignore the bad things about a game, even if they previously acknowledged them, how will the reviewer know if the good things are really any good? Every good game is only good because it's better than a lot of other games. If every game was done well, but all other games were done just as good, then would it still be considered a good game? Maybe, but it really wouldn't be anything special. That's why a game like Super Mario Galaxy and Ocarina of Time, for example, are seen as such masterpieces. There aren't many games as enjoyable as those two fantastic installments, but that doesn't just make them good, it also makes them special and unique. Part of what gives them value is the fact that there aren't so many games that are that good. It's like an expensive jewel. Jewels and valuable metals aren't just valuable because of their beauty, but also because of how rare they are. Galaxy and Ocarina are good games no matter what, but they aren't special unless there are tons of bad or mediocre games to compare them to. In each game individually, it's the same thing. Every game has good and bad inside of it, and Sonic Boom is no different. Most of the game is not done too well, but that just gives the good things more value, more reason to point them out, even if it doesn't make the game any better. So if I just talked about the good things in the game, it wouldn't mean much, unless I can say why they're highlights and why they stand out, by mentioning the bad.
In that case, by accidentally mentioning the bad parts of the game, you've made a more positive video than if you just ignored the bad stuff altogether.
True. I think I finally repaid this game for helping me get my channel off the ground. Thank you, Sonic Boom. But would it have hurt? Like seriously, for you to be a better game, it'd be a lot easier to thank you.
You know, this reminds me, Sonic 06 is turning 10 years old.
You don't say.
And that was the game that I debuted in.
I don't like where you're going with this.
Maybe I'll make a video to say thanks for the game. I did want to make a video saying why it's the best Sonic game anyway.
No! Stop it! Enough! Don't do that!
I thought you wanted to seem positive.
Alright, fine. Make that video. I will have no part of it.
So you're fine with it?
Yes, I mean, I guess it does have some good things that should be pointed out.
Oh, cool. But can I upload it to your channel? You drew me up around a month ago, so technically I'm not old enough to start a YouTube page.
Na 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 na. Why?
Okay.
Hey guys, Peter here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know why or how I can improve. If you think this video is worthy sharing it.
Alright, no. We've seen enough from Sonic Boom. We've seen enough. Let's see. Okay. Alright. I'll quickly read what you guys have to say. I like Superstars, but it could do a whole lot better. The runtime thing isn't so bad because there are other playthroughs to do, and the core design of Sonic is to be replayable like an arcade game. Great intro. Hey, it's Peter. Fun fact, Sonic Boom got this guy a lot of subs. I have no confidence in Inside Out 2 because recent Pixar movies have been pretty mid. What's up with all these Disney ads? That was an ad for Eternals. It's Zootopia with elements. See everyone, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric does have good things about the game. Wait, never mind, the name is actually Elementals. Well, that was something. That was definitely something. Alright, let's see how much damage Sonic has caused in City Escape. Let's see this. Let's see this video now. And we got a couple songs to check out, and then I will probably call it a day there. And yeah. So give me a second. Okay. We're back with Chow Mix. We're back with him, bro. Yeah, there he is. Wait, let me screen pop, please. Screen. Hello? Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good. Okay. Let's see this.
Welcome to Chowmix. As we all know, Sonic's got a need for speed, but today we're tallying up a need for reparations. Because if this guy thinks he can just waltz in wherever he pleases and start breaking things, he's got another thing coming. Quite frankly, he can't keep getting away with this.
You can't keep getting away with it!
That's right, we're putting on our detective hats and calculating the damage this stinky blue rat has caused. And not in just any level, we're hitting the streets of one of the most iconic levels in all of video game history. One that Sonic busts up so bad that even as a kid made me go, wait, is this even legal? City Escape. So join me today as we attempt to figure out how much property damage does Sonic cause in City Escape.
Did riff routine formulas get cut? Yes. Unfortunately, yes. I'm sorry, Cheese. I don't have the time, bro. I'm sorry. Need for Speed, haha, I get it. That's a racing game. Yes, it is a racing game.
This video is made possible by today's sponsor, the ramen game changer, Imi.
Oh. I swear this guy always has a sponsor. When does the guy not have a damn sponsor, bro? I swear the guy always has a sponsor, bro. This guy makes bank. He makes bank. What the hell?
Let's continue with today's episode. City Escape, a classic level loved by not only Sonic fans, but just video game fans in general. This level is so iconic with its awesome music and constant downward slopes letting the player maintain such a high level of speed. City Escape, if you couldn't tell, is based off of San Francisco, California. And exactly because of that, I think we're able to relate to the destruction a little bit more. It definitely hits home more when Sonic is causing mayhem in an area that looks like where you might get your coffee. One of the reasons why this level is so iconic though has to be how over the top it is. Sonic just runs through, toppling cars, smashing crates, and breaking robots without a single f*** for the well-being of anyone or anything. Not even one. This game tries to tell you that Sonic is a hero, but like, is he really? Would a good guy really do something like this? Even as a kid, I felt a bit guilty about anyone that lived here. Like, imagine if this was your car, and one day you come back to it after work and it's just totaled in the middle of the road. Yeah, good luck explaining with your insurance company how a blue hedgehog and red sneakers was the cause of your car being destroyed. I think it's about time justice was served. It's time to finally calculate how much money does Sonic owe the city in damages. So how exactly are we going to gauge this? Well, I played through City Escape probably like 20 times at this point, taking a ton of notes on what exactly Sonic can and can't break. Like anything of this nature, there's gonna be some weird exceptions with some special rules, but we'll cross those bridges when we come to them. So let's start off by determining what exactly is destroyable in City Escape and how much do they cost each. The most obvious and frequent thing that Sonic thrashes as he rolls around at the speed of sound has to be the numerous cars on the street. These are some of the biggest factors into the spectacle of this level after all. As soon as he hits the ground and begins his descent down these slopes, these things topple over at the slightest touch in a huge domino effect, essentially making an avalanche of cars. So how do we know how much each vehicle is worth? Well, we'll first need to match each one to a real-world counterpart and adjust for inflation given that this game was made in 2001. Because the textures for these cars, and almost every texture in this game for that matter, are photographs taken from real life. So we know these cars are based off of real cars. Cars appear throughout the entirety of this level, but if you pay close attention, you'll probably notice that you'll come across a lot of the same exact cars repeating as you escape from the city. That's because these car models get reused throughout. I was able to count a total of 6 unique ones: a yellow taxi, a blue SUV, a red minivan, a white sedan, a black luxury sedan, and a light blue hatchback. So I guess what are their real-world counterparts and how much did they cost at the time? Well, here's what I was able to find after a lot of digging. Let's start with the taxi. The nearest match I found was the Ford Crown Victoria. The taillights were a dead giveaway. Something from the late 90s specifically, but I couldn't pinpoint the exact year. By the way, if I can't figure out the exact year, I'm just gonna guess it's from like 98 for convenience sake. Like how I'm gonna do with this one. The starting sticker price for one of these bad boys was $21,725. or $40,374.53 adjusted for inflation. Damn, inflation's a bitch. Next, we have this blue SUV. They tried smearing the logo on this one, but I'm almost positive this is a 1998 Honda CR-V. And after some quick research and some quick maths, we can calculate that this would be $34,836.39 in current day money. This red minivan was incredibly difficult to track down, probably the hardest on this entire list. I'm actually convinced this isn't a real car, rather an amalgamation of different car aspects. But my best guess is that this most resembles a 1996 Ford Aerostar. This would have retailed at $39,671.05 today. This white sedan was also kind of difficult. I tried looking at the logo for clues, and to me it looks like the Toyota logo. So I looked up Toyota sedans from the late 90s and found the closest match was the 98 Toyota Camry, making this $38,031.04 a pop in today's money. Next we have this black luxury sedan. The logo on the back was kind of a dead giveaway to being an Acura. So after researching some of their models from the late 90s, I came across the Acura Legend. I mean, look at the texture placement right above the taillights, it's almost exact. This one's gonna be $41,635. Oh, that's 2001 money? Yikes. Adjusting for inflation, this car is a whopping $77,376. Yeah, better think twice about how recklessly you skate down the streets from now on. And finally, we have the light blue hatchback. This was actually a pretty easy one to find. I'm pretty dang sure this is a 1992 Honda Civic DX hatchback. Like, look at this picture, it's literally the exact same car. These would be $21,460.15 today. If you think I got any of these vehicles wrong or have a better guess on what some of them might be, please let me know in the comments below. I am by no means a car guy. Oh yeah, we have one more quote-unquote vehicle that appears on the streets that can be destroyed. It's not exactly a car though. I'm of course talking about the giant cable car that appears at the end of the streetboarding section of City Escape. I had to do a ton of research for this, but apparently a 16-seat cable car like this would run for roughly $300,000. Ouch. So now that we've identified each car and its price, we run into our first issue. You see, there are two types of cars that can be destroyed in City Escape. The stationary cars that are parked along the sides of the street, that luckily have no randomization and are the exact same every run through of the level, and then the dynamic cars that spawn in and actually move along the streets. These cars can theoretically spawn in an infinite number of times, and I don't think it's fair to, count that towards our total. So I guess what we'll do is take the average number of these cars that we see during a regular run-through of City Escape and assume we can hit 80% of them since these guys can hide behind invisible walls to protect themselves from the deranged blue rat. We'll calculate this number later. Another set of items Sonic is able to destroy are these crates, whether they be made of wood, metal, or chow. Oh god. Sonic is canonically 3'3", and if we have him standing next to this crate, we can see that it's approximately double his height, so 6'6" or 78 inches. A quick Google search tells me that something this size goes for about $300 each. These metal crates are a different story though. I'm gonna guess these are made of aluminum because it's a common type of metal used for stuff like this. It's also pretty lightweight and resistant to rusting. These crates would be about $890 each. Now, these chow crates make the exact same noise when they're broken as the metal crates, so I'm gonna assume that they're the exact same type of material. Because of the cooler design for these, I'm gonna go on a whim and say that they're a little bit more expensive for that fact alone. Let's say 1,000 each. Another item I found in City Escape that you can destroy, kind of, are these tires you can find laying around the level. The reason I say kind of is because they respawn. See, these tires can be thrown into these bottomless pits, which may as well count towards being destroyed. However, they respawn after about 3 seconds, so in order to avoid infinitely tallying these things, I'm gonna say we'll only count each unique wheel as long as you're able to bring it to a bottomless pit to be destroyed. The average cost of a tire is allegedly $100 according to Google, so let's go with that. The final set of breakable objects that I want to factor in are the gun mechs. I really struggled coming up with costs for a lot of these because 1, there's no real-world equivalents for most of these, and 2, some of the tech doesn't even exist in real life. So I turned to ChatGPT and explained my situation. I asked it to calculate the cost to mass-produce the 6 gun enemies found in City Escape. Keep in mind, these are mass-produced and funded by the government, so this will of course be factored into the cost. First is the Gun Hunter, a bipedal robot with one arm as a cannon that can fire some sort of bullet to attack Sonic. They're able to rotate and aim up and down with their arm cannon to precisely lock on to Sonic's location. According to ChatGPT, this would require an advanced AI, locomotion, and an integrated weapon system, making their total cost $750,000 per unit. The Gun Beetle hovers in the air, and most of the ones specifically in City Escape are stationary and don't really have any weapons to fight back. Still, the cost of hovering capabilities would make these guys decently expensive. These would apparently be around $150,000 per unit. There is a variation of the Gun Beetle that has a gun attachment though. It's able to lock onto Sonic's location, so it's a bit more advanced than the original Gun Beetle on top of having offensive capabilities. This one's gonna be a bit more expensive, coming in at $250,000. There's also a variation of the Gun Beetle that can emit an electromagnetic shield to protect itself. This isn't gonna be a cheap add-on. Electromagnetic properties apparently make this as expensive as $750,000. Next, the Spring Beetles, which function exactly like the Gun Beetles but have a spring on their heads that Sonic can jump on. They're way more compact, which implies they have less tech, but these added springs aren't exactly cheap. These ones would go for around $100,000. And finally, the Golden Gun Beetle. Exactly the same as the Gun Beetles, but can teleport and is made of solid gold. ChatGPT had a hard time thinking of how to put a price on teleportation since it doesn't exist in the real world. But after asking really nicely, it pulled a number out of its ass so big that I had to do a double take. $62,100,000. And Gunnar throwing these things out at Sonic and Friends just like that? This is what our tax dollars are going to? And that's everything breakable in City Escape. Oh, I almost forgot. Before we even get into this level, Sonic rips a big old chunk of this gun helicopter's wing to skate down the streets of San Francisco with. This is obviously military grade, so it's gonna run a bit more to replace this. I'm gonna guess around $15,000. Yeah, that's one expensive skateboard. Okay, that's everything breakable in City Escape. So now that we determined what exactly is breakable in City Escape and how much they all cost, now we can figure out how much we can break. Well, from my 2 hours spent in City Escape testing everything, I'll tell you this much. I was able to destroy every single car. Well, except for this very first taxi behind this invisible wall at the very beginning of the level. You see, most of the cars on the street you can just run into and destroy. And if you end up missing one, you can brute force your way back up with the street board and try again. But you may notice that there's more cars beyond these invisible walls that we can't get to. Well, that's what it may seem like at first. You see, you're actually able to go back into this initial streetboarding section on foot with a well-timed super bounce. And on foot, it's actually possible to destroy these cars that are out of bounds, either by charging up the lightspeed attack and hitting them with the particles if they're close enough, or by hitting other cars into them. I was able to do this to every single car out of bounds. Every single one, except for this one taxi at the very beginning of the level. You know what? Oh well. So how many vehicles are even in City Escape? Well, I made sure to meticulously count every single one, and this is what I got. There were 86 taxis, totaling to $3,472,209.58 in damages. 41 blue SUVs, totaling to $1,428,291.99 in damages. 57 red minivans, totaling to $2,261,249.85 in damages. 55 white sedans, totaling to $2,091,707.20 in damages. 54 black sedans, totaling to $4,178,304 in damages. 42 light blue hatchbacks, totaling to $901,326.30 in damages, and there were 6 cable cars, totaling to $1,800,000 in damages.
Now that's a lot of damage!
But wait, there's more. We have to count all the dynamic cars like I explained in the beginning. I took the most average City Escape gameplay I could find on YouTube and counted every dynamic car that passed by. Assuming that Sonic could destroy 80% of these vehicles, since they often zoom through into the walls where Sonic can't always get to them in time, I calculated that there would be an additional $546,367.78 in damages. We also had 18 wooden crates totaling to $5,400 in damages, 6 metal crates at $5,340, and 3 chow crates for $3,000. Now, the tires were a bit tricky because although you could pick them up easily, finding a place to drop them into an abyss took a bit of thinking. For most of them, you had to bring them all the way back to the first bottomless pit area. And getting back there was pretty annoying because the exit, which you have to go back in through, has these dash pads that can screw you up. And it's really hard to see them because of the camera angle. But a well-timed jump can get you over so you can toss this hunk of junk into the abyss. And then we get to do it again, and again, and again, each time further and further away. Luckily, this next wheel is right in front of this other bottomless pit, so we're good. Easy peasy. In total, there were 7 tires I was able to destroy. It was almost 8 though, because unfortunately there's one more wheel and it's after the gun truck sequence, so we can't exactly go back to drop it into the... Oh. So I guess that's another $100. In total, that's gonna be an extra $800. All that work for a measly $800. For the gun mechs, they're decently straightforward. Sonic is able to just straight up attack them and that's that. Except for these spring beetles. First, the spring on their back really protects them from any attack that you want to do. But I did find a way to destroy every single one. You have to climb up and start destroying them from the very top of this platforming puzzle, since you actually need to use them to get up there. Because if you start destroying them from the bottom, you won't be able to get back up when you inevitably fall. You can destroy them by either charging up a lightspeed dash on the ground and then climbing up and destroying one, which is kind of finicky, or by using the bounce attack on top of their head, which is also finicky. You kind of have to get lucky and accidentally clip through their spring. But after a few tries of trying either of these techniques, you'll probably get it. Just believe in yourself. In total, there were 14 hunters costing $10,500,000, 9 regular beetles for $1,350,000, a single gun beetle for $250,000, an electromagnetic beetle for $750,000, 4 spring beetles for $400,000, and a gold beetle for a whopping $62 million. That's like the majority of the cost of all of this damage. Holy crap. Okay, there's one more thing we gotta talk about. I'm sure everyone's been waiting for it this entire time. The gun truck, baby! Yes, I already made sure to count all of the cars it crushed on its rampage to squish you. But the truck itself definitely gets somewhat damaged after slamming into this wall over here. Surprisingly, it doesn't look like this wall takes any damage, so we won't count that. But the gun truck definitely has, at the very least, a flat tire, as we can see it lopsided over on one of its sides. Honestly, this truck mostly stopped because it couldn't fit through the wall, not because it was destroyed. So to calculate this final cost of damage here, I think it's just gonna be a simple tire replacement. I think this thing would be pretty similar to a monster truck tire if it were like military grade, which would probably total to about $15,000. Assuming he breaks every single thing, the total amount of property damage that Sonic is able to cause in City Escape is $92,073,107 flat. I do not want to be the unlucky bastard on jury duty that day. Did I pull some of these numbers out of my ass? Absolutely. But perhaps amidst all of this destruction, we also learned something about ourselves. That no matter how bad our day is going, at least we're not getting an invoice from the city of San Francisco with the same amount of commas as there are Sonic Adventure games. Anyways, don't try this at home. Unless you're being framed by the government for the actions of an evil doppelganger version of you. Then I guess it's alright. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. Make sure to leave a fat like and subscribe for more way past cool Sonic.
That was nice. That was nice. I like that. Informational video. How much damage Sonic has done. Alright, let's quickly read the comments and we'll get into some music and then we'll end things off. Alright, that's fine. Sponsors, bro is getting his money, can't hate. That's true. You can't hate, bro. He's just getting his bread. I mean, San Francisco lets you get away with a lot of crime. Stream lagged again, but it's back now. So that's the reason why Sega's budget can't afford good games. Gore Tour Sonic has good games though. I know it was a joke. Naruto Sonic Generation City Escape Chow Mix. The fact he knows this is impressive. What are the tires even for? My classmates who speak English really bad and making a mistake in every phrase would probably blow up their brain hearing so many long numbers, but don't worry, I can handle it. Can I make a 15-minute suggestion? I think you can. I think so. I mean, you didn't get a suggestion in, Sean, so I'll let you. Yeah, I'll let you. But yeah, we need to watch that video quickly then, and then we'll listen to 3 tracks, and then we're gonna end things off there. So let me know what it is, Sean. I'll watch the video, and then we'll listen to 3 songs, and then we'll end things off for today. Sean's recommendation is, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be, Sean? Wait, where's Zach? I never seen Zach today. I think he was here in the beginning, but then he just disappeared. I don't know where Zach went now, unless he's not talking for some reason today, which is fine. But he usually talks. Okay, it's called Let's Play Sonic Generations, unlockable music by this person. Okay. Actually, let me make one music recommendation. Planet Wispy. Okay, 1 second. Let's watch this quick video first, quickly. Let's watch this. Let's watch it.
Aloha, folks. I wanted this to originally be part of the whole entire extra video, but then I completely forgot that Sonic Generations soundtrack is ginormous. So I decided to make it its own video to showcase all of the different music in the game, because after you clear a stage or a boss fight, you are given the option to change the music, and every red ring you collect, all of the musical notes you ring from bells after you complete the challenges, a lot of these things all give you different music tracks from, like, all of the Sonic games spanning the history, right? And you can use these songs in the levels. You could totally replace what is the original soundtrack with, I don't know, Green Hill Zone. You want to go through Crisis City with Green Hill Zone? You absolutely can, but there's a whole bunch of cool remixes, a whole bunch of songs from every game in the series, and I mean, like, everything. Sonic R, you got it covered. Sonic Advance, you got it covered. The Rivals games, you got it covered. The Storybook games, there's a song from, like, everything. So, I wanted to show off all of the unlockable music in this game so that you can see what you have to look forward to unlock in terms of musical replacement. So, let's have a listen and have some nostalgia about the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, eh?
Once everything's perfectly organized, I'll start working on my thesis.
my god, Tim! Small wave of no see, long time. Bro! Tim, welcome back, bro. Bro, I missed you. Actually, Tim, it's been so long. Bro, it's so nice to see you back, Tim. Hello. Hello. Bro, I swear, like, half the stream is like, yo, where's Tim at? And then Tim, you don't show up. You don't show up, Tim. I'm so happy to see you here, bro. Like, actually. Hi. Hello, welcome back. Hope everything is going good with you, Tim. Hope everything is good. Bro, we thought you died. Okay, no, we didn't think you died. No, we did not think you died. We just, like, you either got busy or you just gave up on us. We didn't think you died. No, we didn't think you died. Tim just came back out of nowhere. Welcome back. We all missed you, Tim. Oh dear. Oops, no, I'm alive. Welcome back. Sup? Yeah, like, bro. It's been a long while. Definitely been a long. It's been probably over a month. Probably. It's been a long while. It has been a long while. But yeah, just quickly checking out some music right now, Tim. I've been kind of avoiding Sonic stuff because I haven't played the next part of Frontiers and whatnot. It's not because I didn't want to come, and that's completely understandable, Tim. That is completely understandable. We do check quite a lot of Sonic Frontiers and Sonic Superstars. So I understand that. Bro, wish that was me. Look, come on, it's fun, okay? It's fun. Tim, yes, Tim is back. Let's play Sonic Generations Unlockable Music. Hi, what's up, man? How are you? We're gonna keep listening to the music for now, Tim. But welcome back, bro. Welcome back. Well, I think we're about almost done. Maybe like 20 more minutes. So we're almost done, Gortor. If you want to stay, we're like almost done the live stream. Because unfortunately, I do need to go. But we're almost there. We'll listen to a couple more songs.
And to cap this video off, I thought it would be fun to show off some of my favorite combinations, what I like to put in the levels themselves to make the experience a lot more enjoyable. So enjoy my particular combinations, and I'll see you Wednesday with the overall extra video. Till then.
The Pokemon trading card game, Scarlet and Violet Paradox Rift, available now.
Time for a change of pace! Not bad! Catch me if you can! I will flatten you! Not bad! I will flatten you! Not bad!
Alright. That was nice. That was nice. I like that. Thank you for that shot. Thank you for that video. Wait, I think it was Kirby with the last song. It was Breakthrough It All. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's get into the last songs for today. And then we'll call it a day. Okay, maybe I shouldn't. I think I have to go to bed because of the time is 2:22. Tomorrow I need to go to school. I finally realized I've heard Usher songs before already. Somebody to Love featuring Justin Bieber ultimately will make you remember Usher. Usher, also the reason Justin is famous. Ungratify, Gravitify, okay, I don't even know what I'm saying. Goes really well with some of those bosses and generations. I'd like to state them. Trust me, it's not the first time that I'm going to sleep so late, and it's not even so bad. Sorry about that, Gortor. I'm sorry. Burb. I think that means be right back. C really fits bosses. Interesting fact. I'm learning the whole his world, and now then I sing it to my friends and English teachers. They're kind of shocked. Oh, okay, so you're learning the song. And then when you sing it in front of everybody, they're like, wait, you can sing English songs? Okay, I see that, Gortor. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, no chorus. Bro, that song doesn't fit that boss. Clayman always plays the songs when he's speeding for this as it fits. He sees it low. Wait, what happened to some of the songs I suggested back? Welcome back, Tim. No time. No, it's okay. I love your streams. No, it's all good, Gortor. It's all good, bro. I love your comments, bro. I love your comments. And Cheese, no, Cheese, your songs are here. I think which one, you did Cosmic Eternity from Sonic CD. That's what I have from you. I think that's what I have from you. Right? No way you had the courage to sing a Sonic song to a bunch of people in class. Wait, come on, Kirby, you should do that too. Sing a song in front of everybody, Kirby. Eternity, okay, Cosmic Eternity from Sonic CD. Wait, I didn't get the song name though. What was the song name? Cheese. Or is that the song name? It is the song name. Cosmic Eternity is the song name, right? I think. Is it? I have no idea, bro. Jeez, you gotta help me out, bro. Look like a lost original Sonic Superstars slander too. I mean, most people won't even know it's from Sonic. Victor and Johnny's song will release in December. Victor confirmed he and Johnny performing that new song on Sonic Expo. Cosmic Eternity is the name of the song, I'm guessing, or okay, Cosmic. Okay, okay, I think Yes Man 10 has a video on it, I believe. Okay, yeah, we'll watch this. Let's watch this. Let's watch this. I have a request. It's not a song though. The video is 4 seconds long. Just saying. I'll watch it, Tim. I'll watch it. Actually, I think every song fan has to just learn at least one theme, no matter what language you have. To look like a song from Sonic over. They have the original full version. Wait, what? Sonic Superstar soundtrack slander is a meme of the music. Alright, let's listen to the song first. Let's listen to the song. Okay. Cosmic Eternity, Believe in Yourself, from Sonic CD. I liked it. It was nice. It was definitely interesting, but it was definitely nice. I still liked it. Let me quickly add your suggestion, Tim. Sonic is back. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I wanted. Copy. There we go. Okay. Okay. On to the next song. Sonic is the request. Oh, you saw the chain pieces. It was featured in one of the windows in the Murder of Sonic. Very fun. We checked out. Oh, you saw. Wait, wait, hold up. Oh, you saw. It's 4 seconds long, so careful. I got you, Tim. I'll be more specific with the video title. No, it's all good, cheese. I got you. Don't worry. It's all good. Yeah, well, Sonic Superstars soundtrack Slander is up next. Oh, wait. There we go. Wait. But why are we getting more suggestions? I thought we're done with suggestions, bro. We're done with suggestions. I'm just gonna check out the 2 last songs, and then I legit have to dip, bro. I have to dip. Omega, I'll make videos on your videos, Omega. Like I'll make a video on your songs. I can do 2 in 1 too if you want, Omega. I'll do that for you, bro. I can do that for you. But I do have to go, look, legit, cause I have like people over upstairs, and I need to go meet them and stuff like that. But let's just check out Sonic Superstars soundtrack slander. Right? I don't know what this is about, but let's just see. This was what's Joey's recommendation. There we go. Joey, if you're still here, bro, I'm sorry for the wait. Here you go. But we're here. We're finally here. We're finally here. songs or covers. Sand Sanctuary Act 1 is a bop though. Poor Sonic 4 low. Nicolato would probably fit well as a Sonic boss. No offense, but he's literally Eggman, bro. Don't do him like that, man. Don't do him like that. Come on now. Come on. Bruh. Musical Russian Roulette. This soundtrack. Alright, let's see. I'm not sure what this is, but we'll see. We'll check it out. Let's see how it is. That song slapped though. That song was good. I like that song. The song was damn good, bro. That song was good. Alright, let's go last song for today, and then we go into the last 5-second video for Tim, and then we end things off. Sonic Frontiers Breakthrough It All, a remix. So let's check this out and see how it
time. I can't believe it's real. You lose the battles that you never fight. Can't hide from what you feel. comes around to light the flame. They'll know your name, burn it till their memories. Sometimes we're on a mission, we're trying to overrun the competition, counting up the damage when it's done. We can't pretend to listen, sorry if it puts you in a position. We won't stop until the battle's won. I know that we will find our way. We'll do whatever it will take. And if we never reach the crowd, we'll take the whole thing down.
That was the remix. Yeah, he extended the song too. It wasn't just a remix. He extended the song, and it was really damn good. And Tim, I think you said you had 2 more videos that were like 30 seconds or something. I'll watch that. So quickly name them the 2 videos, and I'll quickly watch it, and then end things off. Yeah. So let me click this. So a 4-second video. Hold on, I need to pause this because I need to load properly. It's 4 seconds. What is this, Tim? I'm interested. I'm intrigued. It's on my page. It's the last 2 posted. I don't think I can go to your channel like that. Yeah, it doesn't let me go on your channel like that, Tim. So unless I hold on. Maybe let me just search your channel name then. Okay. Oops, I forgot.
Back at it again at Crispy.
No, yeah, I can try looking you up. Are we talking about Krispy Kreme? Hold on. Let's watch this video. Let's watch this video first. Are you going to watch the Vancouver game today? Yes, I am. I'm going. I'm gonna go watch. All right, Sonic is back. Let's see this.
Back at it again at Krispy Kreme.
Okay. Okay, that was nice. Back at it again at Krispy Kreme. Oh, no, okay, never mind. I thought there would be like a lot of channels that would pop up, but we're fine. Okay, so you want me to watch 5 months ago first? I'm guessing. Very short. Yeah, it was nice. I like that animation. It was nice. You want me to watch the 5-month one first? I guess. I think you want Tim, right? Let's see this. I got you. Like, what just happened, bro? Alright, that was nice. I like that. Alright, let's see this. The last one. It's 52 seconds now, and then we'll go from there. Load. Oh, hold on. I have to like make sure that's not freezing. Okay. Okay. Think that should be good for today. Let me quickly read the messages. Okay. Anyways. Okay. So it was. Spare me. Okay. Tim, what do you think of the final song Tears? The song of Sonic Rush Adventure was my reaction when I realized that I'm understanding English by ear, and I've been speaking it for 2 hours while in school. Teacher teach us how present perfect works. You're doing really, really well, Gortor. You're doing really, really well. You're doing really, really well. So don't even worry. Don't even worry. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Okay. I've got a script for a video to finish too. All videos are gonna be over an hour long. I'll save it for the next time. Sweet, never experienced this game, so it's really happy. Yeah, the song was really, really good. I do agree with that. Okay. Let me get down here. Tim. So yeah, grinding in Zelda, people were like, yeah, it's never done before. Tim, you should have used Ice Capsule music here. To be fair, it's never been done in Zelda. To be honest, Sonic copied more from Zelda, but now Zelda copying Sonic, for real. True. And they said Frontiers is copying Zelda, yet they become hype when this happening. I'm not pointing on Sonic, nothing is new, everything is borrowed. Before we end, can we have some talks? Wait, before we stop, one more recommendation. It's really, really short. So, no, Kirby, I have to go, bro. Like, my parents are legit outside the door. Like, I have to go, Kirby. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. We'll watch it next time. Okay, we'll quickly watch it next time. Well, I hope those were amusing at least. It was Tim. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. But yeah, I do have to dip, bro. Cause these guys, bro, they're like, yo, they're kind of pissed off. They're low-key pissed off. They're like, yo, we have people upstairs, and you gotta meet them and talk to them and stuff. So unfortunately, I have to go do that. Also, y'all warmed my heart coming back. Y'all too sweet. Yes, thank you. Good. I'm glad that you were back, Tim. Like, honestly, I'm really, really glad you were back, and we're happy to see you once again. And hopefully there's a stream next time so we can chat a little bit. The actor strike is over. The cast will shoot their scenes for Sonic 3 now. Not now, but probably next month. I got you, Omega. I got you. But it was a nice stream and a nice night for me. I'm glad to hear that, Gortor. That is good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad it was a nice stream and you had a nice time. I think we should be good for today, because I really do have to dip now. Yeah, I'll get started with the game so I won't avoid it anymore. I got you, Tim. I got you. Sonic 3 really needs one OK Rock. They do. One OK Rock would be absolutely incredible. Sean Christmas too, if possible. Give that man some recognition. I agree. Sean Christmas, absolutely incredible as well. Likely not have it. Have a good day out there. Thank you as well, Tim. Thank you, Ellen. We'll see you sometime really, really soon. So thank you for coming back in. We missed you, Tim. We definitely missed you. But I think we should be good for today, guys. We should be good for today. And Post Malone, for the 500 million billionth time. Good night, real. Good night, Curb. Good night. Thanks. Says Gortor. No worries, man. No worries. And okay, yeah, okay. I think we're pretty much wrapping things up here. Night, everybody. Thank you for the good time. Thank you for the recommendations. Omega, after the stream ends, comment me your videos, the 2 covers, and I'll put them all in one video either tomorrow or on Tuesday. Okay, so give me those 2 cover songs after the stream ends, and I'll check them out really, really soon. Okay, Omega? I'm sorry that I couldn't check it today, but we'll check it out really, really soon. Okay, then goodbye. I'm not gonna write wrong this time. Yes, no worries, Gortor. Thank you once again for being here. Thank you for the recommendations. Thank you for the fun time. Okay, I'm gonna go soon. I'm gonna go soon. Later, boys. I'm gonna have to go soon. Okay, no, we're done. We're done here. Anyways, that's okay. It's okay. This is a once in a lifetime where we get 2 live streams in a day from you, Real. Yes, the first one was cut short because the power went out, but we definitely did have 2 live streams. All right, see ya, cheese, see ya. Yeah, but before you do the covers, make sure you listen to the originals on your own before reacting. Okay, I got you. I will, Omega, I will. Bye, Real. Okay, bye, everybody. Thank you once again for the recommendations. Thank you for the fun time. I'll see you sometime really, really soon. Stay safe, be happy, and enjoy time and life. Yes, that's my last message for today. All right, thank you, guys. Thank you. I'll see you really, really soon.